coma patient 0169
Yeah.
reporting for duty.
Fucking still feel like it too. Oh my fuck. That sleep was so good.
You're out cold, brother.
That sleep was so good.
Well, you were so good. The bloody Beardy Bros Podcast.
Oh yeah.
And its intro.
Yeah.
And my camera flickering already.
Not again. Oh no.
Well, anyway, before we get any further, what's up, Beardies and Beardettes? Welcome back to another fantastic episode of the Beardy Bros Podcast. Season 6. Can't believe it. If you haven't seen...
I can believe it.
Last week's episode was a great episode.
Oh, yeah.
Smashed it out the park. First episode off the bat for Season 6. It was a nice 3.5 hour episode. Bloody beautiful. Not saying you have to watch it all in one hit, but it's over there and you can watch it in increments at your own pace, whatever you want to do. Listen to it. You don't even have to watch it. You just listen to it. But it's there, up for you guys to enjoy. And we welcome you once again for another awesome season to take you through the year of 2025.
Yes.
So, yes. Fuck. Get those...
2025. Quarter of a century.
I know, it's crazy. Season 6 we're on to. 6th season. It's... Like I said, we went in deep last week.
6th season, 5th year. Like
we went in deep. Well, not really the 5th year, but yeah.
Well, it is. April 30th is the 5th year.
I mean,
we started April 30th, 2020.
If you work out, yeah, because we started in April, but yeah, weird analytics to the whole thing, but. but yes, no, it's maybe I don't know. It's just crazy. Like we went in hard for our latest episode back. Like we were hard. We got a guest on. You guys can clearly see it. It was Raven. Muchly appreciated. He loved it.
You spoiled it.
How can I spoil something that's already happened?
What if they haven't seen that one but watch this one?
Well, then they'll know to go check it out. So yeah, I got my bottle of water.
Your bottle of water. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
With the red bottom.
My new
and the red top.
My now consistent go-to bottle. Like, I take this bottle.
What is that? It's Batman.
Yeah, it's Batman. But it's Joker. I showed us last time. Well, not last time, but one of the other times of the episode.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it wasn't last time.
A couple of weeks back. No, but I've showed this one. It was not last time, but it was a last time.
A last time. It was a last time.
Like, last season, so.
Oh, we're back again.
But you know, it's like my go-to bottle, which is pretty good. Like, I literally fill that up with water now, and I take it out with me where I go and have my bottle on the go and make sure I've got water, keep myself hydrated, so I'm, like, onto it. You know, keeping my fluids hydrated 24/7 these days.
Right.
So, again,
what is it, about a litre?
A bad leader.
A lady?
Battle Angel. By James Cameron.
I keep saying I'm going to watch it, but I still haven't seen it again.
It is a good movie.
I keep putting it off. I'm like...
It's a good...
It's such a long movie,
Oh, that's the thing I was going to get when it came out after this week when I get paid.
Last week's episode.
I think our episode's longer than that, actually. Our episode, I think it only went for like 2 and just under 3 hours. Our episode went longer than the movie. I think our episode's just as long as a Lord of the Rings extended cut episode.
It was actually, yeah. No, a little bit longer.
So yeah, pretty wild. Brain fart.
It wasn't just under. It was 2 hours and 2 minutes.
Yeah, we went pretty hard with that last week's episode.
When you doubled it.
What I was gonna say, I forgot. You made me forget now. No, that's right. I just remembered. I got to pick that up this week when I get paid. Coming through, bloody Joker 2. I got to pick myself that up.
Oh yeah, that just released, isn't it?
That Steelbook came out, and I want to get that Steelbook to go with my first Steelbook, so I got to pick that up.
Yes.
Bit short when it came out this week. I was hoping to have money aside so I could pick it up when it dropped, but alas, I did not.
Well, the good thing is with Steelbooks, they do last a while, unless it's a movie in demand, which that was not. Thankfully,
I feel like the way that Joker 2 didn't really, because it was kind of hyped, but then not hyped. Like it was weird. Like it hyped, but then didn't hit its mark. So I'm like, I doubt people are going to go rushing out to try and buy it up. You know what I mean? So
yeah. It's like the Borderlands. They're still sitting. That released ages ago.
Yeah, and it's still sitting there because it was like not hyped.
I got it for like 20 odd bucks.
Yeah. People didn't rush out for the hype to pick it up, so.
No, but I still stand by. Watch it. It's not bad.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's watchable. It's one of those things. That's like a lot of movies. There's a lot of movies that are watchable. They're just not good, but they're watchable. So.
Yeah. Well, it depends who's in it and stuff. Like they kind of made that with the people who are in it. They make the movie enjoyable.
But no. So I think this is I just. I was thinking about something. I mean, there was a couple of things I was thinking about. There was a couple of things I was thinking about this week.
Yes.
One thing I did want to bring up. That seems kind of relative in the news at the moment, is that the possibility. No, it's the possibility.
Prosperity?
Prosperity. It's not prosperity. It's very opposite of prosperity. It's more the possibility and the foreseeable outcome that TikTok will be being banned in the US by the looks of it.
In the next 7 days.
Yeah, because it's
9 days.
19th, but it'd be the 19th for them, which would be the 20th for us.
Yeah.
But there doesn't look like there's any turnaround on that so far. So
isn't it funny how it's just because they don't have part ownership of TikTok?
Yeah, because they want to own it.
Salty.
Yeah, because like we want to own that, we can't. But it's like, and then America's been trying to be like, or like to every other country like Australia and else, been like, you need to ban it as well because we're banning it, and like being all like the spoilt child a little bit. So it's like when basically the ban passes through, everyone else is still going to have TikTok. It's just America is going to be like, no more TikTok for you, in the sense like, but to clarify it was, if you had the app still, you could still use it. It's just after a while the support would stop being supported because there's no support for it because of the no flushing updates through the Apple Store or the Google Store. But then if you didn't have it, you wouldn't be able to download it on the new devices. So it's kind of one of those things like Flappy Bird and stuff like that. Goes, so we'll see how it goes, but it possibly an outcome in the future, which would be interesting to see how that works. If there's because I wonder how that works. So like, if it can no longer be supported or used, or anything happens and people freak out, like, are they gonna like? I guess the accounts would still be there because it is some base, like it's not fully supported.
I'm guessing the accounts be deleted because if you won't access it for a certain amount of time,
will they delete it? Yeah, I'm wondering if they delete it. But like I said, you can technically still access your TikTok and still upload. It's just after a while it will become uncompatible because the versions won't be the
redundant because you won't be able to get the newest version.
Right? So then, therefore, it will just be like America will be stuck in this loop where there's that one version of TikTok they have, and everyone will be communicating on that version. While we keep going further in the future with it and progressing and evolving. What, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Because we'll be compatible in that version, so everyone else will be in their network, being able to network with everyone, and then they'll be in their own network with no one else because they won't be able to see anyone else's stuff. It's kind of interesting.
Have one country stuck on the previous version.
Like... And then I mean that's kind of how it feels like for us in Australia already with media. So you know,
welcome to the new age.
You know, everyone's excluded
of being stuck. Well, not really stuck but they're just reach is harder.
But no, it's an interesting take on it. It's very interesting, but like I said, it all just comes down because they were all salty that they couldn't buy into it or own it.
They couldn't
because they wanted to control
part
it.
Of
because
ownership, like,
they're all worried, being all like,
you don't have to own everything.
No, but they were like worried. They're all going like,
except the video games, you have to own them.
Yeah, but they're going on the concern like, oh, China owns it. They're peering and spying on everyone, and it's just like, and no one else isn't. Like, no one else is spying on us.
Have you seen every app out there? You mention something, you get an ad for it.
Yeah, they're spying on us somewhere. They're listening to us 24/7, and that's already not even China. That's like the Americans. Like they're already listening to us and spying on us with, because they're the ones that are running the Googles and the Siris and all this stuff. Like, you know, they're the ones that are helping us, like all these different programs to help keep everything flow and advertise. Like it's just wild. So, you know, it's the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Steve Jobs, which, you know, are newer versions of Steve Jobs because. And the Bill Gates and all the newer generation of these.
He's a weird motherfucker.
Tech wizards. And the
Bill
Elon
Gates
Musk
doing some shady shit recently.
There's so much crazy shit going on. Like it's wild.
I mean, I believe none of it because it's the internet. People just post something on fucking.
But that's like with the tragedy that's going on in America at the moment with like the Palisades like bushfire that started. Like it's all crazy shit going on there. I don't want to go. There's been a lot of stuff I'm watching, but I don't want to go full conspiracy like nut job on everyone. Like there's a lot of stuff I've been following, and it is some shady shit. But the worst part I can say that's coming out of this the most, that's literally like making people go crazy, is people are getting paranoid and just accusing people now of like things because because they're on edge, because they're so concerned and worried that they're basically turning the people on each other because they're all getting paranoid about like people, could be doing things, and like even though like okay, social media can easily manipulate that, but that's the same thing. Like it's so easy now because so many people are on edge because they've lost their homes and like and nature's damage and not just home, like everything's been like kind of crazy going on. Like people are turning on each other because it's just like they're just so paranoid that it could get worse. But it's like I don't know.
Crazy how it's in the middle of winter for them and that happened.
Yeah, like it's just crazy. The climate is just dry heat, whatever it is, and it just fucking blushed through and just fucking.
I've seen like the videos and that, and like that, like where it hit, that's fucked. Like nothing stands except for a few trees or.
Because, like I said, like not going too deep into it, but like there's so many conspiracies.
Them fires do happen occasionally, like them massive fucking fires.
But there's a lot of questionable things that have been happening with the fire, like the way they've treated it, everything that's going on. There's a lot of questionable things because, like, one of the big issues that I heard was there was the fire. The firefighters couldn't treat the fire because the hydrants were basically drained of all the there was no water. It's like, why is there no water in, like, it just seemed weird. Like there's so many things going on. Like it just, I mean, again, that's a freak accident. Middle of winter,
probably.
Like it's, I mean, that's just a coincidence. It happens to be, that they happen to not have the whatever it's like the reserves.
It's California. It's weird shit happens.
That's what I mean. Like, there could have been many reasons why the reserves weren't in the hydrants.
Yeah, like...
And this just happened to happen at that time. Like, it can be a sheer coincidence. But, like, it's kind of... Like, watching people progress when it happened, when they alerted, and over time when the fire spreaded, and they didn't really seem to do anything because...
Well, they did. They got people out of there. That's the main thing.
That's what I mean. But, like, the response to try and put the fire out...
You can't really stop that. That fire was fucking huge.
Well, it got huge. That's the thing, because people were sitting in their homes, like, progressively time-stamping things. And for, like, the first 3-4 hours of the fire, it was very minute and just kind of slowly burning through. And then it wasn't until, like, after that it picked up speed. After 4 hours. Yeah, and then it was more brush and bigger. And it's like, in that time of that being a light fire...
you have to try and cut it off. You can't put water on that because it won't do shit. You have to try and get in front of it, which they didn't really do.
No, that's what I mean. They didn't really do it right. They were kind of like putting on it, or in places that had already been burned.
Houses and that, so you can't really just go blasting fucking house. Well,
it was because it started in the mountainside. It started up on the mountainside and it slowly crept down the mountains.
Yeah, but then it hit houses pretty fucking quick.
That's what I mean, though. But they didn't hit the houses till like 8 hours in. Like that's the crazy part. Like they could have, and then that's then watching them trying to put the fire. They had no way of. That's what I said, because they had the issues with the hydrants. There's all this crazy shit. Like I've been watching so much stuff on it, and it's just crazy. Like it basically showed that they weren't. Basically, at the end of it, they weren't prepared. They had no.
We here for our fires, like
because they got into
they tear through things, like the one recently. It tore through just bush mainly, but that fucking happened.
But we always seem to, at least, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just crazy just how hectic it was, and like just everything, because there's like so many sets basically, because a lot of those beach houses were used for sets. Like it's basically just destroyed everything. Like that whole...
There's thousands of people without place to live. Like
that whole thing gone. It's just insane. Like,
and I think 11 people died. I think 11.
Well, yeah, and it was kind of like some people it's kind of fun, like ironic for some people. Like it's devastating for those that unfortunately got mixed up in the whole thing. But it is like some people, it is kind of funny in some form or way of karma for some people as well. Because there was like because there was a friend of mine shared it, and it was the one of the founders for the Black Lives Matters movement. So that was that whole rorted system where they used that to like scam people out of donating, which they stole the money, and there was a whole fucking thing that happened. Yeah, it was very fucking shady because it was just a bunch of people kind of put up a Black Lives Matters movement like charity thing, and they basically just like took all the money from that. That's like so that happened, a couple of years back now, whenever that whole thing was, like 2 years ago, or whatever it was.
Yeah, they got dealt with though.
And well, it was kind of funny because, but yeah, so it was like one of those founders that got the thing, they got money, whatever, and basically it was reported that one of those founders, or whatever, of that charity, whatever, they had like a couple of mansions. I don't know if it's exactly legit, but it's still kind of funny if it was, in the sense of like, karma kind of bite them in the ass. But it was like, the quote was like, 2 of the 3 mansions owned by the fundraiser, whatever, has got burnt down in the fire. So it's kind of like, I mean, I feel bad for the people, that was people's money, but like, it's karma, because like, that why they steal that money and then buy like mansions with it, like, like,
still,
it's but what's the price to pay for a bit of karma? That's a small little bit of karma for the bigger picture of like everything else going on.
But that's like one person out of thousands who
that had to all these others that suffer. Yeah, fucked. Exactly. But it's kind of like the little silver lining with some of it that you see in between. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you feel bad for people, but then there's like those.
No matter how much you hate someone, like if they do shady shit, like no one deserves fucking place burnt down. Like that's just.
But there's a lot of different memes coming out. There's like it was another one was like
what, I got a meme shit fucking idiots.
I know.
Jesus
Christ.
But
another one was like
people died and lost shit. Like, what do you meme that shit?
Another one was someone memed it where it's like all the evidence for the Diddy Diddy like the Diddy adjacent people's, like all the evidence being white, like people like all the evidence white being like, because all it was like, it was really weird.
Then fuckwits who make that shit. It's like hook, like,
I know, it's just like people just like straight onto it. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, it's just interesting to look at like how people, like, because there's even like Rainn what's his name, Rainn Wilson, who's from The Office. Like he went through one of his houses, and it was like, again, because he had one of those houses and it was all fun. But he kind of like, some people's mentality are like, that's like, it is what it is kind of thing. You can't do too much of it. Like, it sucks that it's happened. And like, he's going through.
It'll sink in for him eventually. Yeah. It's just not that incident, because it's like, well, fuck.
Well, he was already kind of aware, like well aware of it, but he was making jokes about it, because it was like a video he's talking about where he's like going through and he's seeing like the inspecting the damage after it. And he's like, he's like his charred toilet, and he's like, my charred dude toilet. It's like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, he's just cracking jokes about his like seeing, like, he's trying to make a funny side out of it. Like, he's not like being super depressed. Like, it's good that someone.
Well, the thing is, laughing or you start crying, and he's laughing.
Like, it's like at least at the end of the day, at least you have your life. That's what I see. Is like, as long as those that have like, because there's been like. It's very mixed, because I feel sorry for those that no one should lose their house. Like, I feel sorry for people that lose their house, but I don't feel
fucking wildfire. Like,
I don't feel sorry for those that are very like gluttonous about it, very vanity about it. Like, I don't know. It's like there's that mix of like.
Just think, if all your possessions just went up, you'd be fucking pissed as hell. Like.
And that's what I mean. Like, it's a very mixed thing.
Like, it's sad about their stuff. They just got whopped. Like, their personal, sentimental things just gone. Like,
it's just it's a very mixed. To me, it's a very mixed bag. Like, I feel bad for the people.
I feel bad for all of them, no matter who the fuck it is. It's like, that's just fucking shit.
It's those that there's a few there that you just it's hard to explain. You'll see the posts. Like, I've seen a few of the posts come and go. But it's the type where it's just like, I feel bad for those that generally like worked hard and got to that place, and and there's just some of those that are just there, like, basically not expectedly having it, but they've got their wads of cash, like, oh, my house is burnt down, and they're using their money to wipe their tears. Basically, there's people like that are
but still, they're probably sad. Still, they just
but like, you know what I mean?
Being the wrong way about it.
That's what I mean, and it rubs it the wrong way when they're trying to like get on the bandwagon. It's like, oh, pity me. It's like, I don't really feel sorry for you, because you're clearly like using it as clout as well, like to kind of you know what I mean? Like, you're still using it as like clout and friggin' content. Like, there's those type of people, and it's just like, it's just the wrong way of approaching it. Like, it's just like, yeah, like, and then that's what I mean. It's sad that like people try to take advantage, basically, of a negative situation. Like, that's basically what I'm trying to get around to. So it's just, there's those that are just, yeah, and I mean, they've had to put curfews and shit. Like, it's crazy because looters, like, people have just straight up like, the looting has gotten bad for it.
Get like everything got incinerated. Like,
well, not every, there are things that are still left over, but like loot, they've literally had to put curfews out for safety reasons because people have been going around looting whatever they can, like going through rubbles of leftover shit. Because a lot of that proportioned area was celebrity based or high value, like rich, like areas. So like there are a lot of goods.
What I've seen, houses are not standing. That shit got very fucking hot and everything burnt or melted.
But there are
cars melted in that heat. Like,
but you'd be surprised. Like, there's a lot of things that are left over that people are finding. Like, you know, you've got things that people have safes and stuff that are fireproof, and there's a lot of crazy shit. Like, there's people that that's what I'm saying though. People will go any extent to find what they can to try and salvage other people's shit. Like that, you know, that should be the people that own that stuff should be trying to salvage. You know, because it could be one remnant
of fucking. Can't get back there because they're blocked. Like, they're only letting certain people in.
Yeah, so it's
like
it's just crazy. It's just a weird circumstance. But again, at the end of the day, it's the American mentality of how they approach everything. So I think that's what makes me ick about it. Is just the American way of how they approach these things. Because like when we have like things like anything devastating like that, people aren't acting the way they're acting. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's why, like, I feel more bad when it happens in Australia.
Like bushfires, people don't go looting.
People don't go looting. People don't try and capitalize on.
At least I don't think they do. Like, I haven't heard much on that.
But people don't really like. There was some kind of looting. It kind of happens anyways, which is disgusting. But like it's, but
not like.
But it's not like people trying to capitalize in Australia. Like, people don't try to capitalize on the devastation. You know what I mean? Like, people don't. No. You know, like it's a bit more understanding, and that's why I think that's where it comes from for me. For me, anyway, I always get rubbed the wrong way, is because you just see media and they make a thing out of it. They're like, oh, and then that's why you got these people that try to clout on it.
But also, the media only shows the bad, which makes it worse because there's no good to go with that. Like they show none of that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be
the good on YouTube by actual people filming or making videos. Like, it's like, how hard is it? But then again, people love the fucking miserable shit. Like,
but to think about it, like, that's basically what would be our spec to us. It's like basically GTA map being wiped. Basically, like, that's what it is, because it's the same, like, Miami, like, or not Miami. Like, that's fucking.
What have you been watching?
Huh?
What are you watching? Miami? God
damn. No, but like, they have like a lot of the houses they've used along the beachfronts as like sets for like things set in Miami, like a lot of those kind of things. Like, and it's just crazy. But to think like all that's got to, like, all that's been, like, because there's so much buildings like condensed together, like they're gonna clear all that. It's basically like that whole countryside. It's got to have, it has like a clean wipe slate. There's so much stuff that they're gonna have to clear out. And it's going to be back to like ground zero. There's going to be nothing there.
The Hollywood sign and that went up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's crazy. Like, all that was like stapled stuff that people know of, and that's all gone now. And it's going to be all cleared out, bulldozed out, basically,
and
rubbled, gone, and then rebuilt again. And it's just a very weird like thing to think that that's been there and everything's been so iconic for so long, and that's now basically all of it's wiped out, basically, and it's just like a whole rebuild of everything. Like, that's so iconic of what Hollywood is. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, fresh freaking start for them, at least, like...
2025 reset. Who would think in 2025 Hollywood was going to have a reset? Like...
I wouldn't say, like, Hollywood, but that part of it, like...
Yeah, the Palisades and all that kind of... But, like, it's spreaded, like, a bit, though, still, and it's still kind of, like, going. Like, I don't think they've yet fully stopped it yet, from what I...
No, but they've definitely downsized it, I think.
Yeah.
Which is... Still, it's a bit fucking late
for
that.
I mean, now,
early,
but now that it's happened, I mean, like, they're covered for any bushfires for the next, you know, like, it's already burnt through that area now, so it's like, they're not going to have any bushfires in that mountainside for a while, so, yeah.
Yeah, but
it's
still.
a bit rough. Like, it's crazy.
Shouldn't happen in the fucking, just like here, shouldn't happen in the fucking first place.
Sometimes like here, it's always like, it's either a bit of burn off that just goes haywire, or it's like fucking
Or
someone
it's because you can't touch anything because the Greens are like, you can't burn that, you can't do this.
And you got to burn off. Like, that's why we have burn offs, because you have to, for that reason, to stop fires happening. Like, you got to.
Yeah, you burn off in the winter, springtime, so you can control it and it doesn't get out of hand.
And it grows back nice and fucking fresh for when this,
Yeah, and it doesn't burn as good.
gets rid of all the dead shit.
But yeah, because that dead shit, that's what starts the wildfire.
It's all the dry stuff,
dead
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Which that happened there, because that wouldn't have just picked up like that for no reason.
I think it's just crazy.
No, it just sucks. You see people trying to like hose down their lawns and hose
Yeah, well,
down
there's a couple, like one dude like lost his life doing that. Like they said, like he was there trying to like hose down his house. Like it was an old bloke. He was fighting. It's like, what are you gonna? But it's like, dude, you need to like. I guess he was like he was in a hysteria.
Kind of stupid to do that. Like you shouldn't be doing that.
Like he had a garden hose. He's trying to fight the fire with a garden hose. Like he must have been in that much of a worked up hysteria that he just clearly wasn't thinking. Like just been like, okay, I can do this.
Someone should have just grabbed him. Like. Because no doubt the neighbours just left, like on both, like around the area, just left him there.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
I would have just get in the car and just fucking go, dude. Like, get the fuck out of there. Like, you cannot stand in front of that inferno. Like, you just don't do that.
No.
That shit jumped from house to house. Like, you know.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, the way that when you look at the debris, like, there's nothing left of half the houses. Like, it's like maybe a little bit of frame. Like, that's... But it also shows you, like, how houses are built.
Or a fireplace. That's just... They live through anything.
Yeah, the bricks... Cause, yeah, exactly. They're designed for that. Like, it's just... crazy. But, I mean, that's just wild. I mean, but there's been a lot of things going on the start of 2025. There's been, like, fires, not just there, like, all over the place.
It's been, like, every year, though. Like, there's always something. Like
fires, floods, something. There's always... It's crazy weather. Like, the weather is
storms.
Just fucking wild. It's just beyond a joke.
Hey, you piss off Mother Nature, you get fucking shit back.
That's it. So, I don't know. It's just, yeah.
No, it's fucking true. Like, our fires here. That out of fucking nowhere. Like, in freaking Melbourne. Well, Victoria, not
It's usually,
Melbourne.
I mean, most fires is always something like it can just be a bit of heat because it's a bit of debris and the sun can either just start it by accident.
Yeah, because of 30, 40 fucking degrees and just takes one little...
That bit of glint or whatever, just perfect sizzle and it just starts it. Or it could be just someone...
I think if you got a nice hot day in your windows, if that reflects on the carpet, you could fucking burn your house down.
That's what I mean. It could just be taken, someone's drive by an area through like the bushlands, chucked out some rubbish. Could be a chip packet. That shit's reflective. The sun can like... They've shown that you can do that with chip packets, reflect the light and fucking heat up a... That's all it takes. It just takes that...
Yeah, most are done by a cigarette butt. They just go, yeah.
That too, like, there's so many things that, like...
You know, your car's got an ashtray, right? Like,
yeah. Keep it, stap it in and keep it, flick it out, like...
That's why I don't get people who chuck the cans, the packets, like...
Yep, cans. Cans will do it as well. They can multiply...
Cans are they heat up, they can reflect, they can...
Like, yeah, there's so many things that can affect things. It's just crazy. It's just, yeah. But digress.
It does suck what's happening over there, though.
But, I mean, this is a thing like I want to talk about like more often. Because I was talking to, I caught up with an old friend the other day. I hadn't seen him for like, I've realised, because last time I seen him was, I think, pre-COVID.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, because I was like, I was looking about it, like, those exhibitions he was going to have and stuff. So it's my art friend I've talked about in the past. And, I've tried to go to like exhibitions and stuff and I haven't been able to. And yeah, I realised it had been all because we caught up and it was only like an hour and a half we caught up for. We had a great conversation. We just having chit chats about shit. And I was just like, fuck, like, it was enough time to try and catch up. But it was like I said, it was like 6 years ago, I think it was. I basically last saw them.
Crazy.
Jack was little. I clearly remember taking Jack to go see one of his art exhibitions. And I was like, fuck. And like I was talking to him about like the podcast because like, you know, what do you... Because I was like, oh yeah, I still do the podcast. Like that's one of the things I do, and I'll just talk about things that I've been doing lately and focusing on because I've been getting back into my art stuff. And it was like he came up with the questions like, what's your podcast like? I'm like, I mean, we've progressed so much from where we started to where we are now. Like we were a niche thing, trying to talk about games and stuff, but then over time we kind of evolved and became more about the conversations. You know what I mean? Like we devolved
about
more into conversations.
Like,
yeah.
Those plus more like...
Yeah, and it's like more deep. We try to go a bit more deeper, like, and be more methodical, I guess. Not just like randomly, just like because it's like, do you have plot points and stuff? I'm like, well,
Yeah.
we kind of did.
You don't need plot points. It's
no,
just
but like, you know what I mean. You have pinpoints, and it's like because he asked, like, you know, do you have like a narrative? I'm like, well, we
stuff
used
that
to do
you've
that.
heard, you've seen, and you want to talk about it. Like that's what it is.
And like, because he was like talking about podcasts and stuff. Because I think he was saying basically like he thought about doing a podcast at some point, or someone was talking about doing a podcast and having, and like, yeah, well, so many people doing podcasts these days. But it's like we were doing that at a point because we were gaming and stuff like that, and we would kind of pick a degree of what we were talking about. But I said, I mean, it's always been loosely about mainly what we have either seen during the week, or if there's anything that stood out to us that we wanted to talk about. And you just talk about it. You just have a chat and you just express it. And just even the describing of, and that's what I said to him, even many times, us just having a description of that becomes the topic itself. Like,
Yeah,
you can find a way of...
We're not really one thing or two things, three things.
Like, if you know how to talk and have a chat about
one whole broad...
Yeah, like you can turn not having a topic into a topic. Like, it's just about how you think about it and do it. Because like another friend I caught up with, he was doing a podcast, and his co-host kind of has been like busy. Like he was saying, like he's been busy, so he's been like pushing to try and do the podcast, but his other friend or co-host hasn't been like really putting the commitment in. And it's just like, and that's the thing, you go from one day off, and if you can't commit it to, then you have another day off.
Really, you know? They shouldn't be scheduled like that. Like they're when you can do them.
Yeah.
Not. Like us, we're always free at this time.
Like I said, if you know you can do it weekly on that one day, do that. That's what we do. Like we found the day that works every week, and we decided to become a weekly podcast. If a week isn't up to you, but you're willing to conversation,
do it monthly,
chat, do it monthly,
do it bi-monthly, do it something like.
Do it fortnightly, do it monthly, do it. Even if you know, but we found this works for us, and it's just like that's what's like. But then sometimes you got to find that rhythm. Like there's that slippery slope. It's like you have 1 week off. And then you have another week off, and then it's like, where does that decline start happening?
Well, then you don't care because you don't care that you're not doing it. Like, it's like we had the time off, but we're like, but ours was for health reasons. Like, we couldn't do it.
And that's what I was explaining to him. It's like, well, if you want it to still exist,
like we wanted to, but we just couldn't.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's the effort you got to put in. So it's like, even if they're gonna be unavailable, you need to step up to the plate and make the commitment like I did. Like, you had the 1 week off. You said, okay, I can't do it. I said, okay, that's fine. 1 week off, that's fine. Asked you the second week, and you're like, no, I'm still not feeling great. You know, okay.
Right? Like,
I don't want to have, like,
communication to say,
yeah. And I didn't want, and that's like I said, I didn't want to have 2 lapsed episodes. So I was like, okay, I will jump on and record something myself, because then it keeps, like, it's the commitment's there. And then it's just like, yep, I'll come back, and then we did, you know.
But it's so awkward by yourself.
Yeah. But, like, it's like, but it's keeping the commitment to keep it still there so that you know it still exists. It's like it's like ADHD brand. It was like you forget about it, you let it lapse out, and then it slowly lapses out over time. And that's how most shows end up going. And then they don't have it. And then it's like they did the podcast, and then they just stop doing whatever they're doing, talk show, podcast, whatever. And then it just doesn't exist anymore because you let one episode slap, and then another episode slap. And then another, and then like I said, 1 turns into 2, 2 turns into 3, 3 turns into 5, 5 turns into 7, 7 turns into 20, you know, and then you've missed a whole year of episodes. Then you
we've definitely seen that on like in real time with some people. Like, I'm not gonna name anybody, but like I've seen a few people like that stop like out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like, it just happens. But, like, something about us doing this, it just works. Like, because we always talk about it. We always look forward to this every fucking week. Doesn't matter the time running a show. Like, I was sitting here waiting. Doesn't matter the fucking day. You were asleep, and I'm like, Jim's got to get up at some point. He's going to wake up. We're going to do this podcast and get through it. Like, who knows, if it doesn't wake up tonight, then it'll just be tomorrow. But, like, it's just, you know.
Yeah, at least if it's half an hour to an hour, just cut it. Just wait till the next day. But, like... But or like, if I don't answer, because
I know it's just something about.
I was literally I was out cold. I couldn't do shit.
Well, like, it's just something about us that just, I don't know what it is, but this just works for us. Like, it's a weird, like, it works. Like I said, we're on the 6th season. I don't know how the fuck we're on the 6th season, but we're on the 6th season. Like how are we here? How have we gotten this?
It's episode 300, my boy.
Like how have we gotten here? Like, it's just. Like, I know I keep bringing it up.
How long till 300?
next season.
I think it's this season.
This season, but like. But that's what I mean, though. Like, we've gone for six seasons. We've done this. Like, it was just a laugh at something we've done, and we committed to it. And I'm saying, like, if I commit to something, I'll commit to it. And I've committed to this. Like...
Yeah, right? Same.
And you've committed to it. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like, it just blows my mind. Like every episode...
I enjoy doing it. Like, hey, we get to talk about what we think like, what we don't like.
I know people might be getting sick of it. I like, Madman listens to it enough, so he would know how many times we've brought this up, by sure. But, like... It honestly blows my mind. Like I don't know how this happened. I mean, like, how this
if
exists.
you've stuck through for 6 seasons so far, like,
yeah, like, we've stuck through it. Like, but it just blows my mind. Like that we've managed to, like, yeah, we're not big. Like, that's the thing. That's the answer. That's the thing too. We're so minute on this. Like, we're well, except we're in the top 200 from what I keep getting from the analytics. But as a subscriber base, we're so...
That's still crazy. Top 200 still, like...
Yeah. But, like... And I think that is revolving around...
Look it up in potty, but, like...
But I think that still revolves around because we've gone for so long. Because we're on it, like... That was 5 seasons when I looked at it. We're 5 seasons deep, just about. And because we post so regularly, I think that's why it pushed us in that high 200 category. Because we're so frequent. Even though we don't have a mass following, it's the consistency that keeps us in that category, like that rank.
Because we're going to be the one that people look in like 20, 30 years and go, holy fuck, this channel. Like,
there's just going to be a whole catalogue of videos. Like, we're already 270 videos deep.
There's going to be like 1,000, 2,000 videos. And it's supposed to be like...
It's... And like I said, a lot of it for me too is definitely like a catalogue. Like, it is... Because I was like saying to someone else...
It's a time capsule, like...
That's what I'm saying, like, with my streaming, like... I'm making videos...
Season. But way different.
But, like, that's like when I was
the
like...
format was different.
Everything was different.
So different. Like, we were so off a them list.
But, like, that's what I'm saying.
Not off a list, but, like, it was more dot points.
But that's also explaining with someone with, like, streaming. Like, I was streaming on Twitch, but it doesn't really catalog or do anything. But that's why I stream to YouTube, because it archives everything. So it becomes an easy access as like a...
2 weeks, I think. Maybe if you're partnered 3 to 4 weeks.
That's just Twitch, yeah. But with YouTube, it catalogs everything you've done, every video you upload, every live stream you do.
Unless you delist it or hide it.
Yeah.
Which is your choice.
And I like that because it becomes basically an archive of the history of my account, of different things I've streamed or different videos I've decided to upload.
I mean,
and it's just a whole...
Stay on Twitch. Like, clips go for years. Like,
but that's nothing. That's just crumbs. That's just, you're leaving crumbs because they're only like, you can't leave massive clip videos, but like, it's just crumbs.
You leave a minute.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. It's a crumb of what the actual flavor is. If you stream for 10 hours and you've uploaded maybe 20 1-minute videos, that's still crumbs of the actual experience.
Yeah.
Whereas YouTube, I can reserve and archive that whole experience on the channel. So it's a big, massive time capsule.
That's why I'm putting the games that I play now on YouTube, because they're an hour episodes. That's a full game.
And that's basically what I was trying to explain the other few episodes back when I was talking about the whole Twitch streaming and the whole YouTube thing. It's basically, it's easier to archive. The only way the archive would get lost is if YouTube was just like, bye-bye, and just deleted everything.
Which it can happen. They've done that before to some people.
Unfortunately, that would be the way it goes. But
or you get banned and then you're...
But, I mean, if that happens, that's just was meant to be in the sense. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But, like, if everything else can stay there, like...
Delete your shit. Oh, you're frozen. What the fuck? Oh, you're back.
It froze on both. Yeah, it froze on both ends, so...
That was weird.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's a big time capsule kind of reserved, like, history, and I can see everything I've posted. I can see how I did one thing and how I learnt from that, and I can look back and reflect and see the progression of change and how I did, like, that's like the podcast. Like, you can see how I did the thumbnails one time and how I do the thumbnails now, which I kind of don't do, but then you can see where I've learnt. Do I commit to it? Do I not? How do I do them? How I styled them? Like, everything had its own unique style and look and feel and how I evolved and that's all part of it. Like, I don't know. I mean,
You try things, you try new things, you go back to old stuff, new stuff. It's
like I keep bringing it up.
You see that in real time, like
yeah, and like I keep bringing it up, but that's because it's a thing that I always think about, and it's just telling people it's like basically just commit, like stop talking about doing things and do it because you can preserve it if you got it on YouTube or something. Like do it, preserve it, or you can see it because then you can look back 2 years time and be like, oh, that's what that was, and that's how that was, and
you gotta
like
tell people if you're gonna make videos, just do it.
just do it, like commit to it, like
The only one
definitely more
stopping
so.
you is you, like. Only you can make the videos, like, or content,
And that's why I prefer, like, even if you're recording, try and save them. Like that's why when people stream, like if you're gonna try and save your videos if you can, because like you have an experience for that moment in that moment, but then you're gonna lose it and you can't really reflect back on it. Like, and it just feels like a a bit of time that
I kind of
may or may
wish
not
like
exist.
it was a thing back in the day when we were kids, like PS2 era, PS3, like we made videos, but it wasn't a thing then.
Yeah, like we didn't have a need because you look at people now, because we're in that period where we got a little bit
Because like
older.
our live reactions to some PS2, PS3, 360, that like them videos would have just been amazing. Like,
Well, that's like content I
but
see
I'm doing that
pops
now
up.
with some games, like playing the older. I just started Onimusha Warlords.
Well,
The game is fucking fantastic.
That example being like we're in our 30s, but when we were at that young age, we didn't have a lot of the cameras. Like yeah, I had handheld cameras and but we didn't have the straight access. So we don't have the comparison when like at that age when you're a kid. To some people now, like okay, they're in their 20s. So when they were in their kid age,
But YouTube
they had the
started
technology.
2005, 2006, like.
And like what I was gonna say is like there's a lot of things I sum up where people are having conversations with their younger selves and making content where they're comparing when they did stuff when they were younger. Like we can't do that because we didn't have the technology and the cameras and the access to record us when we were younger playing video games to then now 20 years 30 years later and comparing ourselves now with games.
Put in the PS2 disc and that was it.
Like these people that are in their 20s have access to that because when they were in their teens or younger, there was cameras then. Because by the time cameras came along, we were in our teens and we were technically in that age gap later to really be thinking like that.
That's like I saw the GTA 5 launch. Someone was like 10 years old and they're like GTA 6 in my 30s, like, or 20. Yeah. Bro, I was a teenager when that came out and I still didn't have a fucking picture.
That's what I mean. Like
GTA 5.
Exactly.
I didn't think about that shit when I was.
That's the difference in the
I just
generation.
played the damn game and then went outside.
No, but that's the difference in the generation because now you've got kids like Jack who can have access to a camera that can be like him playing Minecraft and be like, this is me when I played Minecraft at the age of 7, and then in 30 years time be like, here's me now 37 playing Minecraft and here's a photo, you know what I mean, like, and have a photo. He can actually have that comparison because it's like
nothing gaming.
But that's what I'm saying, like no one thought about doing that because it wasn't a thing that we thought about making media of. Like no one was talking about capturizing media and evolution of technology back then. So we never thought about.
But also, gaming was very frowned upon.
So that's what I'm saying. So that thought wasn't there. So we couldn't have, me age 12 playing GTA, having a conversation with me age 30 playing the latest GTA game and comparing the two. Like people create a lot of these videos. Like because we didn't have camera, or we didn't think of doing stuff with cameras like that back then. When you had cameras, like our generation of having cameras was taking videos of your family and like making films of your family and vacations. Like that's what our growth was having cameras before. And then when we were introduced with phones, like when we finally had phones with cameras on them, it was that purpose. Like our generation of having cameras was to take photos,
other things, like
like of vacations again, like
videos,
it
photos,
wasn't like, and then not even for vlogging. Like vlogging wasn't in our vocabulary.
Like 10 or 15 years, like
that was a lot later. So where nowadays, like again, Jack's age, vlogging is a thing in their repertoire. So having a camera classifies and doing stuff, you have that mentality now because vlogging is more common, so people have that mentality to do stuff. It's actually for a purpose, like not just for yourself. Like people want to do it for like it's the mentality of how it's all done these days.
And just think when they're our age, it's gonna be way different again. Like
but like they and that's the thing, they have like like I said,
No,
like,
just have the fucking VR headsets on all fucking day,
and that's like a comparison. It's like looking at Rhett and Link or like Smosh. Like Smosh specifically, they started on YouTube when YouTube started. So there's that form of technology of capturing videos. Yes, okay, they were in their like what 20s or like 20s, whatever it was, teens, 20s.
Yeah.
But like but again, they were already basically adults when they started that. So they capture that point, and you could see them grow over time and get older. But they're our age, so they weren't kids when YouTube started. But there's some people out there that had.
That's why I'm happy we got this in our late 20s.
But like, there's some kids that would have literally been kids making content on YouTube when it first started, roughly, that may have had access to it. But and they're now literally older now, and they can have the comparison.
YouTube back then, like it was way fucking different.
And that's what I mean. Like, it's just
it was all obnoxious, like loud jump scares.
Because people didn't know what to do.
Reaction things. I'm like, reaction videos.
Well, reactions weren't even a thing really in the original days. Like,
they were like they reacted to not the reactions that we see now, but they're still like reacting to games or something like.
Yeah, but
like Five Nights at Freddy's. They would shit like that, like.
That's only in the last 5-10 years, not even 10 years. That, like, reaction gameplay.
Still, like, even before that, it was still the same thing, but there was another game and shit. But
no, but like even then, like people playing
YouTube's changed a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Let's Plays didn't really start existing until at least maybe 5 years later. Yeah, like Let's Plays.
It would have been PewDiePie.
He was a lot later. Like that. No, he wasn't early on. He that was very later. Like,
I know Markiplier was near day one. Like he did him 2012, 2010, I think.
That's what I'm saying. YouTube started in 2007. So that's 5 years later. That's what I'm saying. Like, things didn't start till 5 years later doing like Let's Plays. Like, that was a very late niche thing that people were doing. Like, it's crazy. Like, it wasn't a thing that you think it was like it is now. Like, how many people do gameplay videos, and like, it's crazy to think that never really existed. The only time like it was people playing games was like from conventions, like reviewing. You know what I mean? Like going to the.
Who the fuck is Slow Beef? They invented the Let's Play. Who the
Slow
fuck?
Beef.
Apparently they're not a very good person, but.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's still a weird thing. That's like to think that was never a thing that had been around. Like, that came so late. Well, not late, but like more recent.
2010 plus, yeah.
Yeah. But that's more recent still. You know, it's crazy. Like, it's.
Still, it was loud content back then. Like, it was.
Yes, that was always a thing. Like, it's just a.
People still doing that. Just grow the fuck up.
It's just the more obnoxious.
You know what I'm talking about, motherfuckers.
It's the more obnoxious stuff now. It's not the. They're not necessarily loud.
No point. It's just go. Like.
Yeah, it's not necessarily loud. It's just the.
Oh, it is. They're yelling in the camera like this far away, just yelling at it like, "Oh, no! Did you see that?" Like.
Yeah, no. It's not. It kind of is loud. It's more the over dramatized, is what it is.
They were saying, guys, like, "Oh, guys, like, shut up!"
It's I said, it's not loud. It's the over dramatized.
Oh, it is. The ones I seen was like they were just.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
They're on fucking crack.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the over dramatized because they're extra acting. They're unnecessarily adding more to it. It's the over dramatized. That's what is and it's mainly targeted at kids because kids think it's funny. I don't know. Yeah. It's just stupid stuff. So it's like it's just like oh, I've spilt some water on me. Oh, cool. But like the extra over dramatized, like, oh my god, I've got water everywhere. What am I gonna do? And then it just creates this expectation that that's what people have to be like overact everything. It's like, no, like, right. And it just blows my mind that
stupid.
Trying to even do that is just so tiring because it's just so much. Like, I don't know how these people act like that for like their YouTube videos or streaming and shit like that. It's just like it's so.
Well, they
tiring.
don't. Like, it's only on camera. Like.
Yeah, but they do it for like hours. I'm like, that's so fucking tiring. Why do you put yourselves through that? Like, especially like the fucking again. That's just like the NPCs. It's just fucking cooked.
Oh,
It's so draining. It's like, why would you do that?
Bullshit.
That's what I said, and I even commented on a few of them I see them pop up. I'm like, I thought we left that. Like, it's the year 2025. I thought we left that behind. Like, why NPC still a thing?
Also, like, don't hate the creators. Hate the people watching. Like, they just support that shit.
It encourages the creator to do more of that shit. It's just like, why?
Plus more creators who want to go, oh, I could do that.
But
No, you
I
can't. You
noticed.
shouldn't. Have some dignity. Don't just emote for fucking.
But
Was it like
I
coins or
wanted to bring
something?
this up though with streaming because I've noticed though, and it was the start of last year, and it was kind of like because you were doing it this morning, but
What's that?
the way I've noticed it's a trend more lately, the way co-streaming is done, and
That's fucking good, isn't it?
it's only recent, but it's a big trend because the amount of people that co-stream these because we used to co-stream back in the day, but it was more of the sense I would be streaming on my channel, you'd be streaming on your channel, and we're playing together. That was co-streaming. But now they're putting all these extra steps in so that you can see other people streaming as well.
You share the chat. You see the camera.
Yeah, like it's a
Look,
collab.
all three of our chats were in one chat, which is nice.
And that to me is stepping away from co-streaming, and that's more collab streaming because you are collabing you're collabing all the different streams together.
It makes it easier because you get the viewer can get everyone's chat at once, get everyone's camera at once, but only
the one
gameplay, unless you add someone else's gameplay, like have a split gameplay. Which
and I remember the old way of when we used to do it,
but
when I was doing it. A few times when we were streaming together, sometimes I'd have my gameplay, and I used to put a copy of yours, and I'd put it in the corner somewhere, so you could see the two different, or split it. And it's interesting, like how a few people were doing it here and there, but it was a real kind of just weird way of doing it. But now it's
crazy how simple it is to do that collab thing.
But now it's it's a thing because I've been seeing it a lot more lately. And it's kind of interesting that that's now kind of the new streaming trend is to co-stream, and it's that kind of having everyone in like the cameras and stuff. And it's interesting to see how streaming has evolved because where you think because we streamed for a long time, and we've seen where you kind of just did what you did, and then people going on oh, you got to have better quality, so everyone's camera quality's got better, or stream quality, everyone get better quality frame. Everyone's putting high resolution, so the gameplays were better, or the camera quality was better, and things were slowly improving there. And then it became overlays, and then everyone was going through the phase of all the different overlays.
Overlays are just a fad.
That's what I'm saying. Everything seems to
people still use them, but I ditched them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. There's a trend wave. It's interesting to see that everyone was so.
It was only to stop your content being used, because they had to try and get around the overlays and put your name and shit on it.
Not necessarily. A lot of it was
people do that, they can do it.
A lot of it was literally peacocking. It was who has the prettiest stream, who has the more colourful lights, who can bring in.
Yeah, but also it stopped people taking that content. We've seen it. People took someone's content because they had nothing on there.
It literally wasn't from me selling what I was doing.
You're doing Overwatch, but he's just sinking it.
But that's what I'm saying though. But it wasn't about that though. Having all the overlays wasn't about that because so many people were using the same overlays. It was about trying to make your stream look pretty, and that's what I'm saying. It's interesting to see
stream
that.
Doesn't need to look pretty. You know they do that. They got no personality.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what it was though. Everyone was doing it. There was a big trend. So that's what I'm saying. How it went.
Everyone. But
no. It was. Don't dispute on that. It literally was. Watching how
not
it
everyone
evolved.
did it though.
Oh, you'd be surprised. But those that didn't do it's because they didn't know how to do it. But that's what I'm saying though.
They did. Marco Prime though, he streamed with no.
No. He had overlays. He had overlays at one point. On his fucking stream.
Brief thing because I didn't see any.
Yeah, no, he had overlays. They weren't massive. He did little things. He had one point where he had little Markiplier. It was a whole fucking weird thing that happened. But like I said, it was interesting to see the wave of what streaming's been doing, where it's been it was just simple gameplay at first. Then we had the gameplay with the webcams. The quality's got better. Then people started adding fancy overlays and things to be all look at me. And then
they realised overlays fuck up your stream because everything breaks.
And then you see the different process to try and the gimmicks that started rolling in a little bit more, trying to get bits and stuff, and people started doing little different gimmicky ways of doing stuff. And then it got to one point because that was basically COVID. So COVID period kind of brought that up because everyone started competing against everyone. So everyone had to showboat and be who was the prettier, who has the colourful colours, who was, everyone's doing loud noises. It's basically became a circus. Whose circus you going to go to, who has the more attractions that you want to participate in. And that's basically what that whole era felt like. And then it got to that point, literally, it got to that point where people basically woke up, and I think it was basically just as people, like, COVID had ended, and people were going back to lives, where if you noticed, everything just, like, turned like a switch, and, like, majority of overlays on everything just disappeared. Like, overlays still existed.
They're unnecessary, like...
Yeah, people realized, like, you didn't need it, so they just disappeared. And I loved that. I love that just, like, I mean, for me, like, it's weird for me because I had a business of overlays. I was making overlays, and I was selling, you know,
Right.
but for me, like, that's still, like, a beautiful thing, just that they didn't have to exist. Like, they just stopped. Like, okay, I lost money out, but, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it just stopped. Everyone just gave up. You didn't need to do that anymore. You didn't try,
also stopped a lot of bots now because you barely see a bot. It's rare now. It's like, hey, you want this? Like, nope.
Yeah.
And no one wants it. Like,
no
one.
And everyone basically reverted back to just before the trend happened, and they just have the gameplay, have their camera, even if that in between that, should I do say there was a lot of VR streaming, which has introduced a whole new, like, VR avatar way of doing stuff. But that's just a new form of having you
but
on
now it's
camera
gone
without...
to those
But, like...
Those, what is it? Fuck, what's the name of them?
What?
The, the VTubers.
Yeah, VTubers. And that's now a niche thing its own.
Yes.
It's a whole new niche thing on its own, which is cool to see because people wanted to have a camera in sense, but not be on camera, so like a private, so they created these personas, which is cool. Like, it's a way of giving people accessibility.
Yeah, but the ones who just have it for...
I know. But we've basically gone from a process where we had this whole loud noise, like, look at me, and then it's gone back to just being so reserved again. And like I said, it's just having the gameplay, having the camera.
For attention.
Yeah. But that's not what I'm talking about. Like, it's gone back, but everything...
Like, here, look at me!
But, like, everything's gone back now to a concept where it's just gameplay, or whatever you're streaming, and just a camera. If you even have the camera, it's just the gameplay and talking. Like, it's gone back so simple now. And it works for so many people. Like, it's just so much more... But then, the only adjust now is, like, now you have the co-stream, which is, like, keeping it simple, and then just having, like, a couple of people, like... Because people aren't doing anything fancy. Like, they're keeping it simple still. You just green screened out. It's just you cleaned up so you don't have all the extra shit behind you. But, like, it's just like, boom, let's just have them on the screen. It's just like... It's an interesting way to see how it's, like, evolved over time. And also,
the people who are watching get all the people, like... They're getting the context too, like
they can see what's going on, like not having to jump.
They can see more.
Necessarily jump around, but like it's still cool. Just like it's interesting just to see how streaming has evolved in the last like 10 years, basically. Like it's just crazy just to see all the ups and...
It goes up.
Yeah, like down. All the different trends and how things.
Basic.
Yeah, it's just cool. Like it's crazy.
I'm always trying to keep it though. I'm keeping it now. Nothing's gonna change now.
Like I said, like you do this. Like everyone does the stream how they, because it's a reflection of yourself as well. If you want to have the overlay or if you don't, like no one's saying you don't have to have an overlay or one logo.
Like if it's an animated overlay, it does fuck with your damn stream.
That exactly. That's if you don't have the support on your machine, it will fuck it up because it lags it glitches it, things can break. But like, just because you have it, it doesn't mean you're less of a streamer if you don't have one. Because there's so many people that'd be like, "Oh, I don't have the cool things." It's like you don't need the cool things. If you think
I have them there, but that's if I just want to use it one day.
Because that's what I say to people. It's like just because you don't have the overlays or a camera or anything doesn't make you less of a streamer. At the end of the day, like everyone's a streamer that creates content.
What you need is a camera and content. Like if it's you just doing this or playing, like
Because like I said, just because you have it or don't have it doesn't make you any less or more than anyone else.
It's your passion. If you got the passion, then If not, if you're doing it just to get money or something, then don't do it.
Attention. It's just base simple attention. Whether it's paid out or not paid out, it's attention. Because, you know. But like, it's you're no less or no more of a streamer than anyone else that does it. Like, because there's so many people that put themselves down being like, "Oh, I don't have this overlay, or I don't have this cool thing." It's like, why? Why do you don't need it?
You don't need it.
Just commit to it. Just do it. Like, you're no worse off. Like,
all you need is camera and gameplay.
Like, if you want to have it, okay, have it. But in the interim, if you haven't got to that point, you don't need it. It's the commitment.
Also, less is more.
And basically, at the end of it, it's the commitment and passion.
Just take your damn name there, like.
Yeah,
that's what you fucking need. Like,
but like I said,
they're watching.
At the end of the day, it's the commitment and passion. And if you don't have the commitment and the passion, then it's not for you. If you have the passion for it and enjoy doing it, then do it. Like, enjoy doing it. But,
Simple.
you know, like, it's not that hard. Like, streaming isn't, like, it's a recreational thing. It's not, you know, everyone's...
Also, stream when you want. Not, you don't have to stream. You can take breaks.
Yeah,
you can
I said you
skip a day.
you don't have to stream just to stream. Like, you can stream whenever the fuck you want. If you want to do it twice in a day, once a week.
I took my schedule off because I stream when I fucking feel like it.
Yeah.
Could be morning and night, just 2 different times. Like, I don't care.
Like, if you're gonna...
People will watch when they want to watch.
Like that, it does kind of help a little bit for people to know if you do want to create, like, that community, that if you have a schedule, but you got to commit to the schedule and feel like,
get pinged, like...
But, like, you gotta do a schedule, and then if you're gonna do a schedule, you gotta feel like you're going to commit to that. If you're not,
you have to commit to the schedule. You can't just miss a time.
Like it sounds like it's being a double negative on itself, being like stream when you want, but then you have a schedule. But it's like you gotta feel. No, you know, like you know when you do it. Like that basically says you know when you're doing it. You feel how it works. Like I know a lot of people get to that point where but they're big enough they can just stream whenever they want. But, like, it's up to you with your commitment. If you create, like, at least a rough pattern...
I've got that luxury now. I can just go live to say, like, right now, and people just come and chill. Like,
yeah. And that's it.
But, like hey, I appreciate it. Like,
but, like, there's people that stream and then complain, but it's like, okay, yeah, you're jumping on and you're trying to stream, and then you complain you're not getting people coming in or something like that. It's like, well, when was the last time
you... Did you tell anyone? Did you promote it?
Like, yeah, exactly. Did you tell anyone? Like, when was the last time you streamed? Like... You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to stream randomly, but then you haven't streamed for a year. Like, of course no one's going to come by.
You can, but don't expect...
Yeah, but of course no one's going to come by because you know, you haven't done it for a year. You can't just be like, oh, I'm streaming again. It's like...
Personally, if I didn't stream for a year, I wouldn't do it again. Like, unless there was a reason why I didn't. Like, if you just stop for longer than a month, 6 months, just don't go back.
Like, that's one of those things, like...
Like, because then you clearly don't care about it.
Well, it's not about caring. Like, you don't have to care. But
if you're not streaming for a whole year, that means you don't give a shit.
Yeah, and I'm saying you can do that though. People can do that, but don't do that. Like, don't. What I'm saying is, don't
expect.
Yeah, exactly. Don't go. Oh, I haven't streamed for a year, then stream in a year's later and be like, why am I not getting attention?
Streaming, like, even content. Like, I don't expect much from this either. Like, people want to listen and watch. They do it. Like,
that's what I say. It would be nice if more people were listening, and enjoying, and watching. Like, I would love more people to enjoy this. Like,
people who are down and negative is like they chose to watch you at that. They got billions of others to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Like people keep forgetting.
Just be happy that they came for you. Like
exactly, because people keep forgetting how large of mass content creation is. On any platform.
Hundreds of thousands.
Like millions. It's millions. And that's it. Be grateful if one person comes by and just sat around for 10 minutes. They spent 10 minutes of that time absorbing in what you're doing. Like,
yeah.
They chose to spend that 10 minutes.
If they come back, you did something right. Like,
yeah.
They like that's 10 minutes. Like the vibe, the content, the personality.
Yeah. But, like, that's 10 minutes that they chose to hang out with you. 5 minutes even. They chose 5 minutes.
Never expect anything because the people watching owe you nothing.
Exactly.
You owe them nothing, they owe you nothing. That's how that works.
So it's just
as long as you're having fun, they'll have fun.
Yeah. So it's just a crazy.
I'm trying to tell people, it's like the mentality. I just picked that up because I've been doing it for so long, 6 years at this point.
But that's why I've been doing things. Like, that's what I say. It's like just do it, create it. If you're gonna create something digitally, then do it. Put the video up there, catalog it, do something. Just like don't say you're gonna do these things. Do it.
Like with Dragon Ball videos, I'm just like,
don't expect.
One day I just recorded an unboxing. I was like, hey, I did it.
That's what I'm saying. Do it, and then you still haven't even uploaded half of them. It's just like just upload them. Like, just put them up there. Like you're Bill Fair. Just upload them.
I've been running out of space. I've got terabytes of stuff to upload.
That's what I'm saying. Just upload them. Stop farting around doing other shit and actually just upload them. Then you can clear them out.
Trash. It takes so long.
But then you just keep cataloging everything and just keep building it up.
But I did make a step towards that. I found out you can only upload to TikTok a month at a time. You can't go longer than 30 days. So I have a whole month uploaded, just ready to. It's all scheduled.
Oh, you got scheduled posts or?
Yes, scheduled for the next month. Yeah.
On TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do it. You do it on do you do it on the website or your phone?
Yeah, the website. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So if you do it on your
just dragged in the
phone,
clips
what
every 2 to 3 days. A clip
what
comes
I
up for the
do,
next month.
well, what I do is I'm not always good at remembering to post them, but I store everything in my drafts. So I have sometimes I make schedules, but you draft everything, and then you can just open up, re-edit it if because I have videos,
Yeah, mine's all
and
done. I just scheduled it to upload on midnight
well,
every
the
few
thing is
days.
with the drafts is I have them there, so I have the video edited and I save it in the drafts, so I can come back at any point and be like, okay, this is where the trend is heading, so I'll rechange the hashtags or I might change
Yeah, I
the
don't do that.
title or
Jesus.
and like just so it seems relative to where it's fitting in because of like what was working at one point might not work and it like not
So I
schedule
don't
everything.
chase trends. Fuck that. I just put what the content is. That's it. To put the hashtags of Call of Duty for playing COD and stuff like that. But I
It's
only
to
put
keep it
the
in
tags that
rotation.
the video. These idiots put like a paragraph of tags
I
for
know.
one fucking.
And they're not even related to it. It could be like a Call of Duty video and it's like lipstick beauty eyeliner. It's like what the
Yeah,
fuck
like
is that got to do with anything? Like Sunshine Moon. It's like where's the Sunshine Moon in a Call of Duty video? Like I don't know, people just hashtag some of the random shit.
just hashtag what the content is. That's what you got to do.
But
No, I just keep things simple because that's all content is. It's simple,
but
not overly complicated.
It's some, but this thing. Sometimes I want to have a title. Sometimes I want to have a caption. Sometimes I don't want to have a caption. Sometimes I
Right?
want hashtags. Sometimes I don't want hashtags. So that's why usually I draft stuff. I'll do an edit, or if I'm not sure of how the edit's going, and I can just do an edit and and I'll leave it. And I'll come back, look at it, and go, something's not right, and then I'll tweak it a little bit more, and be like, and I leave it, and I come back to it, I'm like,
Right.
no, that's how I did like it before, and then just So that's why I like to because it's always changing. So it's an interesting way of looking at it. So, yeah. And
I'm surprised it's only a month at a time. I was trying to get like two months uploaded.
Depending on where you edit, if you edit on something else beforehand, depends on what you do. So I do a lot of it all on my phone. So sometimes what I'll do as well is I'll have a video that I edit either in TikTok itself or on another app, and then I'll put it in, and then if I want a version of that unedited, so I can do like say if I clip something that it's like a certain clip, sometimes I'll do it in TikTok, and so I have a TikTok version of it, and I didn't edit anything else, and I like the version I've done, but then I want to add alterations. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll post it as a privated video because then it saves that raw file in my phone, and then I can either re-upload that, so I just turn it to non-privated, and then people can see that version. Then I can then have another version. Then I can put like music to it or something. Because sometimes I'll do a video clip, and because YouTube's like so, what they're like with audio, I'll have a video where I have
YouTube and audio do not
yeah.
go in the same
So I'll have a
sentence.
video that I want to do, and I've got the sound clip for it, which will work for TikTok, but then it won't work for YouTube. So I'll have the raw file. I'll upload it as a private video, so that it saves it as a private video, like saves it on my phone as that version without the music. Then I'll have, you know what I mean, and then I've got that file, so then I can upload that to YouTube without the music, re-upload the other one, and then put music onto it, and then I've got the two videos the exact same, but one's got music and then one doesn't, and it's just like and it's done. Like and that's how I do a lot of my work. So I'll do double, upload, download, and it's a lot of convoluted stuff. But then that's how I've got so many videos that are similar. That just because
upload, download
audios, because some audios just are painful, and they'll chuck you out of the algorithm, and then it's like TikTok. I mean, it's only one form of content, so you're always going to be in the algorithm. Realistically, okay, you're not getting massive amount of views, but you're always in the algorithm because it's only short form media. Like, okay, you can have your videos at like 15, 30, 60, like a minute, like so it's like 60, which is a minute, or 10 minutes, whatever it is. You can have all these different things, but realistically, your content is always in the algorithm. But when you come to YouTube, you have lives, you have shorts, you have
well, you have your live on TikTok as well.
yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Like your live would get done when you've done your live. It doesn't save it. Like it disappears. Like it doesn't.
They told me to go live on TikTok. I was like, I'm not going live on TikTok like ever. I don't think.
Yeah. They always push that. But with YouTube, like I said, you've got your.
I don't see a need unless I'm
Mm.
live here, live there, and say come over to so and so.
But with like I said, with YouTube, I think I've touched on this before, but like you've got your videos, you've got your shorts, and you've got your lives. Technically, everything is its own category in its own. So if you want your videos to try and grow, you've got to use your shorts to try and help boost your videos, which then can sometimes help boost your lives. So you got to, with YouTube, it's a little bit more meticulous steps you've got to take to help boost the whole channel to get yourself in algorithms. Whereas like TikTok, you're always in the algorithm. You may get more views than others, but you're always in the algorithm because that's all TikTok is spitting.
That is.
It's always spitting just videos. Right. So you're not going to get anything else but videos. Whereas YouTube, on the other hand, it's a whole social media platform. So like I said, you've even got posts. You can even put posts up on YouTube. So to even get your posts to get reach, like you gotta, there's a whole convoluted thing. So everything, you want the eyes on you to get your videos in a cycle. So you got to think of what you're doing to help boost everything. It's a whole process. It's just like, fuck me. Like, YouTube used to be a lot more simpler when it was just one format because it was just videos. So again, back then when YouTube was just YouTube, it was easy because you weren't going live. There was no shorts. There was no posts. It was just videos.
I think that was live, but it was
that was late. That was way later.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
like
it was just videos. So again, when you uploaded a video to YouTube, you were in the algorithm. Like, because that's all everyone did was post videos. So everyone was in the algorithm. You know what I mean? Like, no one else was doing anything different. Like, so it's interesting just how things work. Like, there weren't algorithms because it was all the same thing. Like now, like the only algorithms you got to battle with is the type of content you're in because there's so much diversity of content, whether it's gardening, gaming, building, fucking anything, art, anything you think of. It's so diverse. So you got to get yourself in those algorithms so it knows what you're doing, and it does. Like I try to always keep stuff around gaming, but again, like. But then it gets...
The gaming's niche, even still.
But even then, like, there's a lot of gaming on TikTok.
But
then
people
TikTok...
who watch YouTube that don't want gaming, it's usually pet videos or stuff like...
So you got to think about it. So if you're going to... If you're going to dive into... And that becomes a thing too. Because, like I said, everyone's in the algorithm of the TikTok. But if you want to be specific about it, when you want to try and, like, be content... Like, if you're just a poster, like, if you're just posting videos to TikTok, you're doing great. Like any Joe bloke can post videos on TikTok.
I'm just uploading and leave them. Like
but if you want to try and like get a reach from it, then you got to start looking at specifics. So then you got to go, okay, are you gaming or are you about movies or are you about music or are you making gardening videos? So then you got to focus on that because that's the target. Because you want a specific target audience. When you have variety, it does become tricky. But then again, there's subcategories of targeting the algorithm. So it's like you could do gaming. But then you're going to focus that niche again if you want to be specific. So you could post anything gaming, which is fine. But if you want to be known as like the Fallout guy, well, you're going to keep posting Fallout content and nothing else because you got to know it knows to put in the category.
Because only so much you can.
Yeah.
Without repeating. Like,
so you got to figure out what you want to do and then try and flow out that content.
You never want to be locked into one thing. Do not do that.
Because like. My content was like for a while there, like was heavily like one point it was like Helldivers, another time was Fallout, like and that took off for me with the Fallout, and like to keep that
was big because of the show,
and just to keep that flow, I had to keep posting Fallout content, so I became a Fallout guy, and it's just like then you can't really it keeps you lulled because then you can't really post anything else, and you can, but you got to risk that not being and
people won't.
It's just crazy.
They just
but.
It's not Fallout.
But if you notice with my kind of trend now, I don't even have to say what I'm playing because you'll see, my TikTok kind of says what I'm playing.
No, I don't either. Like I just put the caption as like.
No, not in the sense of that. You look at my TikTok videos. You look at my TikTok videos. You go, okay, there's like 3 COD videos. Then there's like 4 Fortnite videos. Then there's like 3 COD videos, and then there's like another like 5 Spider-Man. Like you know what I'm playing. Because I'm literally uploading what I'm playing, which is kind of funny. So it's like like it's relative to what I'm playing at the time. So you can see what I'm playing at the time the content I'm uploading. So if you like look at my TikTok, you'll see like COD video, maybe Marvel Rivals. Like I'm posting stuff up pretty recently to when I've played it, and it's kind of you can see my history of games that I've been playing.
It's a history of what you've done.
What I've been playing. It's like I'm not even like because I'm keeping to the variety because I'm not trying to niche stick it anymore. It's more of like. I'm posting while it's relative to me, so it's also so people can see what I'm playing.
They should post what they want, not chase fucking trends because
But-
you stuck in a trend.
Yeah. And it was funny, like, that's why I did it as an experiment. It was funny to see,
Yeah,
like, how long
right.
I could get that ride for a while, for that wave, and it was interesting. It went for a while, I was like, fuck, this is crazy. And, yeah.
And then Fallout just went,
no
one talks about it again.
It's going to skyrocket again when the new season comes along. I'm not going to be
Yeah,
surprised.
that's next year, because I think production halted now. Like, they stopped it for some reason. I think the fires did it.
Oh, who knows? A lot of things.
Because it was where they're making it.
Oh, yeah, Hollywood studios and stuff like that, yeah.
So that won't be there
But-
oh, fuck, that could be delayed for months.
But,
years.
But no, it's just always interesting just looking at it. This is just like a thing that I always talk about it. But it's just funny little things, like just little quips, just watching and just seeing how things. Like I know I talked about it way too many times, and people are just like, oh, he's bringing up the Twitch thing again. He's bringing up the algorithm. Like, I'm just fascinated by this shit. I'm sorry, it just amazes me like how trends can change, like in a small interim. Like, okay, a trend being is. With memes, for example, is Ugandan Knuckles at the start of the year came back. Okay, yeah, because we had Sonic 3. But specifically, the Ugandan Knuckles meme made a resurface recurrence because of, like, not even because of, like, Knuckles specifically. Like,
only how you see that,
just,
but I didn't. Like, I haven't seen nothing of that.
And the other one, and the biggest one, though, for January being the meme, was the, it's the scene from the movie where it's Jim, like it's Jim Carrey dancing with Jim Carrey. Like, it's Dr. Robotnik dancing with older Robotnik in the laser room. That's been the meanest, biggest one of the meme of the start of the year.
I haven't seen that either.
It's fucking great. Like, it's been mixed with so many different songs and different moments and experiences. And, like, people have been running with that one. I've seen so much of it. Like, that's basically the meme of January was basically Dr. Robotnik dancing.
And we're only 11 days in. Like,
it's fucking great. Like, I'm for this. Like, it's fucking 2 Sonic memes, basically. One's a resurface, one's a new one. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, we're in 2025, but it's just like, it's just what year is this? You know, like, what the fuck? It's just so random.
But it is cool, Jim Carrey in Sonic 4, because he wants to do it with Robotnik again. Like, he wants to come back.
So see how that goes. Be interesting.
Well, I think Jim Carrey's doing acting again now, so he's actually back.
He is actually keen to do acting again, because like I said, he's talked about wanting to do the next Grinch if he can.
Sequels.
He wants
to have Grinch and The Mask. Like, people, come and get on. They give him a good fucking script.
Yeah.
It's funny how he said it's like, as long as the script's good, get a good script. It's like, there's a hint for someone out there. Like,
he's found that spark again. He's found, because he went through the art phase and did his paintings and stuff, and he was just going with what he was feeling at the time.
I think he got
feel
a bit
like
bored.
acting. And like, he's having fun again acting, and if people are going to give him those roles where he can act, like, and let him be him, like,
just
he
think,
has fun.
2025, 26, 27, we get The Mask 2, like a proper sequel, not that shitty.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen when they're going to do that. But
like, that'd be amazing, because he could still do that.
That's it, like.
It's just like a Robotnik, but a bit more hyped up.
Oh, Robotnik's pretty wild in the third movie. That was good. That's good.
But, like, The Mask, like, if a Grinch, it's not necessary. Like, you don't need a second Grinch, but...
Well, I mean, the second book exists, so...
true.
So that's what they were thinking of doing.
We don't need a second movie, though. Because it ended well. Like, it...
Well, that's the same thing as having the second book, because, like, why do you need the second book when the first book ended well? Because it ends the exact same way, like, it's in that niche storyline, you know what I mean? Like, it's written the same way. Not exactly the same way, but, like, that's how the story goes in the book. Why would you... You know what I mean?
Right, like, it ended on a happy note. Like, you shouldn't change that. Like, he likes the people at the end. Like,
yeah.
Did he hate him again? Like, what the fuck?
It's something. I think it's something to do with, like, Christmas is stolen or something. Someone else goes missing, like, or something, and you got to try and save it or something. It's something weird.
Stop doing that damn trope. Like, oh, Christmas is stolen. Someone stole Christmas.
But it's the same as the Scrooge trope.
It's something new.
Everything's Scrooge, because that's like, technically the Grinch is Scrooge. Like, he's the moody, grumpy, like, stingy old bloke.
Yeah, but he didn't hate Christmas though. He hates the people because they fucking teased him as a kid.
Yeah, but Scrooge is the same. Scrooge hates people around Christmas time. Like, like, it's the same kind of trope. It's just
No, but the Grinch hated people 24/7, not even just Christmas, because they were mean to him. But like, where Scrooge was just bar humbug, like
bar humbug,
like the holidays, like.
But yeah.
That Jim Carrey one, The Christmas Carol, still one of the best fucking movies.
All right.
So good.
That's so good.
I don't know. We didn't know one of that. Maybe like give us an animated one. Like give us a proper sequel to that. Unless that ended on a happy note. I don't know. Can't remember.
Who knows?
I don't know. Like things should need a sequel. Look at Dumb and Dumber. It didn't need a second one.
That's because because that's the only reason they did that is because they did a sequel, which ended up being a prequel. So it's just like it's so dumb. That's why. That's why they did it because they're like, we got the main movie. Let's make a sequel, but the sequel's a prequel, and leave it there. And they're like, well, we can't. And then people are like, it was always talked for so long. It's like, well, let's try and do a proper sequel to please everyone. And
speaking of movies, did you say we're getting a Helldivers movie?
Yes.
Too much Starship Troopers. Like...
Did you watch that announcement video when the actual announcement video?
I haven't, but I will. But yeah, that and we're getting a Horizon movie. We're getting a Ghost of Tsushima movie. How about?
Because you know how they have every kind of convention, always like the cons, and they always do like the unveil, like they had that on stage, and people like announce it. I watched the video, and then it's like it's just typical quiet auditorium. They're like oh, we've got a new new movie coming from Sony Entertainment, like production stuff like that. Usual spiel is like Helldivers, and you hear kind of the little like quiet claps and the cheers, and you hear one guy go, "Woo, democracy!" It's fucking hilarious. I'm like, bro, just woohoo's democracy, but it's like it's like the lowest but like loudest thing in the room because it's like imagine crickets chirping and then you hear like a sound, like it was like that because you see this woohoo. Democracy. It's fucking cringy as. Fucking watch it up. Watch it up.
Fucking fantastic.
It's fucking great because there's like the woohoo, but like there's like a pause. It's like a weird pause between
just democracy.
Yeah, and then the democracy was just like I don't know. It was very awkward.
I'm underwhelmed by that. It should have been for democracy.
Yeah, it was just like a woohoo democracy. It's fucking great. I was just like, oh my god. I was like, that one dude must feel embarrassed because no one else was like enthusiastic.
Probably not,
like
because
like
I don't know, like he's passionate, like
in the concept of the game, like fuck yeah, democracy because of the game. But like realistically, democracy is like, I guess
we're a democracy.
I know, like, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just one of those things. It's like
that's not a bad way to be.
No, but like
majority rules.
It's not a thing where everyone's going around going fuck yeah democracy because like we like you know what I mean yeah, it's a good thing that we have as a scheme system.
Yes, I'll play Helldivers and go for democracy, but
I don't
go around saying it around fucking town.
I know, because then people think, oh, this dude's clearly a Democrat. Like,
that's not a bad thing. Like,
no, but that's what I'm saying though. You're not
okay. Who are you, Republican, Democrat?
No.
Fuck yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. You're not going around just like randomly yelling it like in the sense of actual democracy. You know what I mean? Like the meme, like like the Chinese meal guy, like that democracy manifest that makes sense. Like that makes sense. But like the concept like of using the games concept in the form of the real world, like no one's acting like that. So like it's so out of
but
context.
I want to go into a tea shop and someone goes, "A nice case of liberty."
You just when you're like,
freedom.
Can I order? Yeah, it's a large tall black tea for Jim. You're like, give me some of that liberty or a taste of freedom, like that kind of like sense, like that kind of like.
I would say that in a tea shop. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Give me a taste of freedom.
How about a taste of freedom?
But I was playing some Helldivers the other day too. I jumped on it yesterday.
Yeah.
I had a friend message me like because they were playing it there and their partner were playing it, and they're like, "Oh, we're jumping on Helldivers. Like Helldivers, you want to come play?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll gotta add you anyway. I'll jump on for a bit." And we're just doing Terminids, and it was just funny because we're like, I knew the two of them. There was like another there was like a random. I didn't know who they were, but we had a stack of 4.
You didn't do the Illuminate?
No, they were playing. I've played them. I've done them solo. It's fucking cooked.
It's fun though. The creepy noises though, like you're walking through, it's like I hear them, I don't see them.
But
all of a sudden you look behind you and there's like 30 of them. Just like
But we're just playing like Terminids. Well, it was funny though because we were on level 4, like challenging, and we did that for a few rounds, and whoever the host was, he was like, Like, this seems too easy.
Take it up a
We'll
little
have to
bit.
take it up a little bit. Later in the next match, it goes from 4 to 8. Like, I was like, bruh. Like, oh, we'll put it up a bit. It's like,
Helldive.
yeah, like, fuck, we didn't go a little bit. We went from 4 to 8. That's a big fucking jump. We did alright, though. Like, a lot of fucking Bile Titans. I was like, fuck.
I thought they changed the frequency of them. Like, they nerfed them a bit.
That's
Because
a bit-
that was
well-
a lot. Like, like, when I was playing, we had like 5 at once. I'm like, how do you combat that?
Well, which Bile Titans are you getting?
We didn't get any.
Have you seen Bile Titans recently?
No.
So, now...
We did the Illuminate.
So now in Helldivers, you've got your Bile Titans, like, right? You got your normal Bile Titans, and then you have Bile Titans. There's mini versions. They're fucking adorable, but still fucking scary because the frequency of the rate of those.
Are they like a charger size? Are they like?
They're a bit bigger, but they're not as tall. So they're small and they sit everywhere around them. So normal Bile Titans, they basically spawn out of the ground, and that's usually how they spawn.
Yeah.
So the smaller Bile Titans are on the map sleeping, and you can see them in the trees and shit, and they curled up, and you got to be careful because they just get up and start. But they're like a little bit. So the mech. So the mech is a height. So mech standing is yay high. The mini Bile Titans are maybe a little bit taller.
Oh, so they're not too big. Yeah.
No, but like they still stand at a decent height.
Well, a Bile Titan, you're like, oh.
Yeah. But those little ones are still fucked. But I was like, it's kind of funny seeing like little adorable Bile Titans, but it's still terrifying because it's just yeah.
No, it is nice that Bile Titans don't fucking one tap you now.
But
because that's bullshit. How you're not in the way of the spray, but you still get one tap. I'm like, I was beside the thing.
So like, it's like the same in comparison would be like using a mech and running under a normal Bile Titan is like you on foot running under a small Bile Titan. It's like the same equivalent almost. Yeah. So like they're smaller, but they're not like small. Like you can still decently run under a Bile Titan.
So
but
you can dive under them. You can run and dive.
Yeah. But it's kind of funny just seeing that there's like small and big, like the normal ones and smaller ones now. It's kind of funny.
It makes sense. They didn't even promote that either, did they?
No.
They just put them in there.
Because they're noticeably
I
smaller.
know it even existed.
Yeah, because like I said, you don't have to look up as high. Because you can see the big ones. Like, you can see them in the mountaintop in the fucking distance. Like, you see them walking around. These low ones...
It's always funny when you see him, like, he's just doing his own thing. The next second, he's right there.
Even the tree lines, the big ones are taller than the tree lines. These ones, they hide in the tree lines because they're smaller. You got to look through the trees to see them, like...
It makes the same noise, or is it like a higher pitch?
Yeah, no, it's still the same noise. It's just they're smaller. And they're kind of adorable. Like, it's kind of funny. Pitch. Yeah, no, it's still the same.
Or, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. Like they've done
that's
a lot
the thing
of work.
about the Illuminate. You know those robots who just had that laser beam, like the big mech thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a bigger thing than that coming.
Oh no, I hate the Luminous.
Apparently, there's a bigger one, like a big one.
They're rough because you like fighting because the people are like zombies. You're fighting zombies.
They're not bad. Like it's mainly the scout drones who just get you like,
I'm
being scared.
Scout drones aren't too bad. And those big blokes, they're like fucking brutal as because they take a lot of fucking bullets.
Down,
they take a lot of. They take a lot of bullets.
Blue eye.
Yeah, but like they're like.
Well, I'm happy that people use a Raptor and just kill them pretty quick.
It's cool though. It's cool though that they got them. It's an interesting layout as well because the planets they're on and stuff.
I don't get people get how like live service games work. People are like, oh, about time they added this. Should have been ages. I'm like
it's progression. It's progression. It's evolution. Like that's the point.
Like
that's why I come and go.
They said they're doing this for years. You can't just drop everything in one fucking year.
That's like same as like Marvel Rivals, where everyone's like, "Where's these characters?" It's like, oh, you can't. It's like, but they got to space it out.
There's a roadmap, right? Like you get 2 now. You get 2 mid-season.
Yeah. Like, you can't have it all in one hit.
No, because it takes the fun away. Like, if you get it all in one, then you're bored for the rest of the thing. Like, there's nothing else.
Yeah, because it makes you look forward to the new map or the new character.
Just be grateful. Helldivers doesn't charge for new shit. Except the cosmetics.
I mean, like, that's exactly it. Like, the new location, everything's there, accessible. Like, I mean, it's just the battle pass, but they're not expensive to buy the battle pass to get the other gear.
You just buy one and you get the...
But, like, you
Not at
can
all.
literally earn that stuff in-game. So, like, you can
Yeah.
either buy it to boost ahead and get the credits, but if you played the game, you'd get enough of those things to actually buy the pass. Like,
Yep.
it is
So I don't get,
earnable.
like, the way they've done it, it is genius, really. Like,
Because you can earn the credits, and then you
yeah,
can...
in the little
Yeah,
capsule things, you get them when you do
because you
your...
got the credits, and you got the war
Hmm.
bonds. And the war bonds
Yeah.
help boost your levels, but you get credits, which is to buy the actual passes. Like, but you can find those, and the ratio works, though. Oh, I'm getting cramp in my shin. Ow. But the
But I
ratio...
spent a lot of mine because I bought the Killzone helmet,
Mm.
the Hellgas helmet and
But
outfit and...
But the blue credits actually work. So you think about the ratio of
Mm.
getting war bonds and how a pass works. So the majority of times you find in coins and you unlock a free pass because you're not buying it. You unlock that pass, okay, cool. Then you've got multiple pages in that. You play to get the war bonds. At the ratio you're earning the war bonds and trying to
You
get
get
them
the
level
things
to
in
buy
there,
them, like you're buying them. That's what I'm saying though. So when you're playing it, you're earning
Mm.
enough that gives you progression that you should be earning. Like you'll get enough to get you over to buy the next pass once you've done that war bond. Whether it's
Right.
3 pages, 4 pages, whatever it is, you've earned your war bonds to get through that. You've also stimulating credits again to buy the next one just about, and you will have enough if
It's
if
all
you're
like the
playing the game
Rivals one.
frequently.
They copied that with the pass. Like the pass doesn't leave. You can always
Mm,
go back to it.
yeah, as long as you've it's I think specifically you yeah.
Except for past one, because that was season 0. That's not there
It
anymore.
was it
But
was a
like from
sample.
1, 2, 3,
Mm.
season 1 onwards.
It was a sample to get an understanding on how it worked. Like it's a
Yeah.
beta season basically.
I'm happy how it's not a big pass. It's just the one page, just one line. Like you don't have to go through pages of pass. That's fucking nice.
You mean like on the
On
on the screen?
Rivals, you just got the one page. It's got the skins and your other items, tags, and that.
Oh no, they're in pages.
Displays.
There's like 7 pages. You got to flick through.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, you got
I
to
only
flick
saw
through
one.
because you have the thing like the main first one has like Loki, like the 3 icons, 2 on the side, and another skin. You flick to the next page, has another character. This page is bigger though. This battle pass is double the size of the last one though, so it costs more
Yeah, you got
currency.
the season 1. Yeah.
Because season O was like a smaller one, so that was only like
Hmm.
the 400 and something 500. No, it was 510 I think it was for that one. This one's the 990
I'm just
because
sad
it's
that I
bigger.
didn't convert my purple coins to gold currency.
You can't do that though.
No one did.
No, you can't do it.
Well, you can.
No, I looked. You couldn't convert it over.
You can convert 100 blue coins to 100 gold.
Oh, you can do the blue. No,
I didn't.
the purple. So the purple you get for the battle pass stuff, that's just the purple
Yeah,
thing.
the blue coins. I meant, yeah.
But the blue coins, they stayed. I've still got my blue.
Oh, the blue coins stayed.
So the
Oh.
blue ones are the ones that you use as the
Oh, the
currency to
purple
unlock.
ones went then.
So the blue ones. Okay, so there's the gold
That must be
currency. So the gold
the currency's
currency,
fucked.
it's a weird system. So the gold currency, you
It's how you
buy
buy your pass and
you buy gold, so you buy the pass,
Mm,
and you can also use it to buy skins.
yeah,
Whereas the purple is what you learn from your challenges in game, which is used to help you unlock stuff from the pass.
yeah,
But then your blue is an in-game currency that you earn, which is like gold, but it's used to unlock skins. So you can't earn gold in game,
yeah.
but you can earn blue in game. But the equivalent
Which
of blue, it's the same as gold. It's so stupid. I don't know why they
Yeah,
couldn't make it.
you have to convert the blue to the gold, which is like
I don't
why
know
do you have
why you could when you spend currency,
to
it just
make
doesn't
it
get.
gold?
You just have either gold or blue. You know what I mean? That you when you're buying it, you either buy gold or you buy blue. Like it's just the one. You don't need two separate things. And that's the thing that Overwatch has the exact same thing too. That's what pissed me off in
'Cause I've
Overwatch as
spent
well.
my blue coins on things that I shouldn't have.
Yeah, you bought
Yeah.
skins or whatnot, or emojis or banners or
I
whatever.
bought the little pictures for
Yeah,
like
Tyler.
150 blue coins. I was
Yeah,
like, I could have converted that to gold.
yeah. Oh no, it's the other way
Fuckers.
around. You convert gold to blue. So or vice versa. Either way,
I clicked on the blue and 100 blue go to
yeah,
100 gold.
yeah. But it's the same thing either way. Like
I was like, I could have converted that to get my pass, but I spent it all on
I most
things.
probably could have done that as well because I had a bunch of blues there, but I
Yeah.
just well what got me
Coulda.
is I ended up just buying I ended up just bought currency because I wanted to have extra
Mm.
currency there anyway. So I was like, fuck it, I'll spend the $14.95.
Right.
What annoyed me though was it's in they have 1,000 currency in your reward points on the PlayStation app. but it isn't set up properly yet because every time I kept clicking on it, it kept saying, spend $14.95. It's like, well, I want to spend my 2,000 credits or 2,500 on my reward credits to buy me my points. But they haven't set it up properly yet because it keeps going, it's $14.95, $14.95. I'm like, fuck, let me just convert it.
I'm guessing they're probably getting around to it. They're a bit busy with the actual game though.
So, but yeah, no, so it is very convoluted. But it's kind of
pretty simple though. Like once you realise, it's like, oh, that's nice.
But it's kind of a trap though that the purple, because you end up I end up with so much leftover purple from doing challenges that became useless because that's designed for unlocking your battle pass. It's just like, what's the point of earning that once you've done your battle pass? Like, are they going to have
it
other?
Doesn't carry over.
Yeah, because it doesn't carry over because it's like, which makes sense. Like that makes sense.
Yeah,
but
like
unless it's going to work, unless because it was just season 0. Because the next one, maybe if that works, because you can keep unlocking.
Yeah.
Because now, remember how they said you can keep grinding your passes out no matter which one you go through? I'm wondering if they're going to keep that now so that your purple currency will continuously carry over. Because what would be the point of getting rid of it, reset when the new season comes out, but you can keep grinding specific seasons? Like, that's the whole point of... So I feel like that will mostly stay around.
I guess we'll find out after this season.
Well, it'll make sense. Like, why would you unlock season 1 and then unlock season 2, but then you want to grind season 1, but then you got no currency? It's like, well, that's what I had doing it in season 1, and then it's like, oh, I'm going to go to season 2. Oh, you've got no purple. It's like, well, then where's my purple gone from season 1? Like, imagine if they wiped it every time. So imagine you're grinding through season 1, season 2 comes, and you've left it for a bit, and you've come back, and you've had like 1,000 there. It's like, oh, here's season 2. Let's just wipe all of your 1,000 purples. Like, I was grinding out my season 1. Now you're going to go through and grind out your season 1 all over again, basically. Like, almost feels like, because it's like you've just reserved, or you didn't claim anything, you reserved it. Like, you should be able to, like, that should be able to transfer around. So hopefully that actually does, not just
we'll see how they refine over time. Like, they're probably just testing things as well. But
no, it's still pretty good. It's not bad, but
no, that game's still fantastic. With friends, don't play by yourself. Bad.
I mean, you can, but it's just everyone else can be pretty shit. If you're gonna
sit in the fucking spawn room, just stand there.
Tell you now, if you're gonna play by yourself, play that new fucking Doom mode. If you're gonna play by yourself, it's free for all, and you can level up all your shit. Oh. It counts. So,
oh, nice.
Think about your trophies that way.
I'm gonna go up my trophies.
Only those that don't require assisting, because you can't assist anyone because you're playing by yourself. But if you're doing, it should count if you're doing the other ones. So
don't know that don't count other practice ones.
But they're good. But doing that Doom's Wrath thing is good for doing your challenges. So if you're wanting to do your challenge, you're gonna like use a specific character, and you need to do like and you need to do like X amount of damage or deal damage or receive damage.
If you are good enough, if you're a good player, you can do it in normal games.
No. But imagine if you want to jump in, you got 5 challenges and it says to play as the Hulk, and every time someone's taking the Hulk from you, like you just jump in that. Anyone can be any character, so you take Hulk, and then you just run around, collect all the health packs, and then just deal damage to everyone, and you've done it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that saves you, because you could have the whole game full of Hulks, and
I still think they should have 1 Hulk per 2 teams in a match. Like, only 1 character on both teams. Like, only 1 Hulk, not on the other team.
Oh yeah. So it makes sense.
I think that should be a thing,
so it's like so you're not having a Hulk on one team, a Hulk on another team, and they're fighting each other.
Yeah, like you should have like 1 Hawkeye, and then not on the other team 1. Yeah. Like I think that makes it make it more fair, because then you can like 2 Hawkeyes just snap
each other. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, the only
way
you have
Black Widow, but
the only way canonically that makes sense in the Marvel universe where you have 2 Hulks versus each other is how, because like Skrulls take over people, like manipulate.
Yeah, but this is not that.
Like, I know they just have.
This is just the heroes, but like
I know if there was a better explanation, exactly, because then it's like.
I mean, it does make sense because they're portaled, but still.
It's like how Apex advertises. Like, if you remember the Apex trailers, how they advertise like the seasons, they have their massive cinematic trailers, and you have like Bloodhound, and then like what's his name?
I don't
I
know.
can't.
I don't know.
I can't remember half the names now. But like, imagine like Bloodhound and one of the other characters. They always have it in the trailer. It's like it's like that because like you see these teams like set up in trailers, and it's like, oh, okay, Bloodhound's teamed up with this guy, and then this guy, and then they're fighting the other guys, and they're like against each other. But then when you're playing the game, it's just like Bloodhound is going against the guy that you teamed up with. It's like how does that make sense canonically? Like you advertise that these characters are in teams. And they're all friends, like certain characters. Like, they had these cinematic trailers trying to tell a story arc that characters are, like, friendly with some characters and other characters are enemies.
That's like Call of Duty. When you have one skin. You can have 5 people rock the one skin. No, have 5 different skins on the team. Like,
canonically, it makes no sense when you have a story arc where it's just like Call of Duty is like that. It's just like, okay, yeah, you have, like, I guess they have their team sides, which makes a divided sense of, like, they at least have teams.
But how like Siege? You have one like that's grayed out when someone picks them.
Like the best way, the best way to explain it with names, those that are listening or watching, the best way to explain. So it's like having Super Smash, like a Super Brawl, whatever, and on one team you've got like who are best friends, like Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach, and they're best friends. So it makes sense they're on Team A, and then Team B has like Donkey Kong, Bowser, and like Toad, and that's Team 2, and like they're best friends over that side. And then when you're playing the game, you've got Mario teaming up with Bowser, and they're apparently best friends while fighting Peach on the other team. Like, how's that canonically make sense? Like, you're trying to tell a story arc where these characters are friends, but then you got them competing against each other and bashing each other up. Like,
well, that makes sense for Smash Bros.
But... Like, yeah, no. But, like, imagine if they, like, were trying to advertise the story arc that they're on the same team, but then they become enemies without explaining it. Like, you know what I mean, though? Like,
you're my enemy.
like imagine that, like, having our story arc, like, me and you are on the same team, we're best friends, but then in-game, like, you fucking hate me. Like, you're my enemy. It's like, how does that make sense? Like, you advertise the story arc that we're, like, best friends, but then, like, we hate each other. Like, what? Like, explain that. Like, it's just weird when these games try to market a certain aspect to it. It's just like, but then they double back on their, like, narrative explanations. Like, why even create this bond of characters? It's just like, that's why I see that with, like, Overwatch. It's like, why create this team of, like, bonded characters with, like, allies and enemies? Like, I don't know. Because, like, literally in Overwatch, like, literally with Overwatch, I mean, it's the same thing with Marvel Rivals, because you literally got, like villains stacking up with heroes. It's just like, it would have been kind of interesting if they had
like a Namor, which is a villain, in with like a Hulk and like
they're teaming up like this, like as allies and villains. Like what? It's like,
but their dialogue does stay true. Like they hate each other. Like
they hate that they're teaming up.
But they're helping them. Like
it's thought. It's the nice thing. It's good to see that they're thought out. Like it's a good process. Pardon me.
It's a good.
So yeah. So no, it's definitely a thing.
It's a good.
No, it's just funny how like people like it's always funny when they're watching people make like do things and they either put the effort in or they don't. It's just like, what's your narrative here?
Oh, they put the effort in. It's just I don't know. It's weird.
It's just like it gets confusing when I'm like attention to detail. It's like, huh?
I'm just saying, like you shouldn't have more than one character in a match. Like only one Hulk per team, like one Hulk total in a match. One Iron Man, one. Because like it makes no sense having 2 Iron Man go at each other. Like
I know, it's just like what? Like that's like multiverse stuff, I guess. But it's like, but it's not like they're not doing like it's the same.
Technically, they're getting teleported in there and shit, but like they're all being teleported there. But like it's just man, I'm just nitpicking. Like. It doesn't really matter. It's a fucking game. But...
I'll say, have you played that that free for all mode yet on Rivals?
No.
So the map it takes place on a new map, which is the Sanctum Sanctorum. It's fucking trippy. Like it literally is a maze. Like it's fucking weird. There's like weird shit. There's like random portals and like teleportation stuff and like staircases that go up the ceilings and. It's wacky, and there's a infinite loop staircase as well, like where you walk in and you walk out the exact same way. Like
infinite loop staircase.
Yeah. If you go up or down, it's the exact same spot where you come out at. It's fucking trippy.
What?
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like they're really having fun with the Sanctum Sanctorum. Like they're really having fun with this game. I like what they're doing with this. Like they're actually having fun. Like these devs
that's like
actually...
the new maps on the actual team based mode. Like. one's Grand Central Station, I think. It's a train
Yeah.
station.
Yeah, it's that
Like,
Midtown.
that looks fucking good. Like, it's a bit, when you first play, it's like, where the fuck am I going? Like how we got lost, like, going to a
I
dead
know,
end.
and like, there's like a thing, but like, cause like the build is like two sides of the build, like it's snapped here, but one map has like a weird like section here, and then you're gonna go out and then back out and then back in. Like, there's no shortcut, but like they're next to each other,
Yeah, it's just
and it's
a
just like what?
fucking dead end, like, just a wall.
Yeah, it's just like,
like
but you gotta get on the other side, and then you got like this whole other route. It's just like what the
because I
fuck?
didn't know that was you. I'm just like, because you said you got lost. I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah, because you're at fast man, you did the exact same thing I did, just before
like,
I did.
Oh,
I went the same way. I'm like, bro.
I didn't know the map. I did not know the map at all.
No, it's another thing to learn. So
It's not a bad thing. Like, it's map awareness.
we'll get used to it, like we did with the others, and we'll learn where the shortcuts are and things like that. Like, we'll pick it up eventually.
Oh yeah, like
It's
I
one of those
already
things.
did. Like, it was just that one that I got a bit fucking disorientated and went
Yeah.
left instead of right.
But
So the left that goes up, down, fucking round, up, like
no, it's really interesting.
through buildings.
This game's going to be a pretty good game for a while. Like, I am impressed.
That's up there with Helldivers as like best multiplayer for me. Like,
It's
Helldivers
so
last year, that this year, like
so left field. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be as good as
no.
it is. Like, we knew it was going to be somewhat decent, but like, this is
I was expecting Overwatch and I'll be over it within a month.
yeah. Like, this is like literally like gotten Overwatch fan community like all riled up. Like, it's funny watching the Overwatch community get all triggered, like getting all nervous and scared, but like, oh, they get all worked up and stuff. It's fucking hilarious. It's great.
It's kind of deserved, like the way that Blizzard treated Overwatch.
Yeah,
they kind of deserve this.
And the community, the way they just spat in the community's face, like. We're gonna do Overwatch 2. Oh, we're not gonna actually do a second game. It's just a rename of the first game, and then, we said we're gonna do PvE.
1.5 because
yeah, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna do PvE. Oh no, we're not gonna do PvE now. Sorry, no, we're just gonna keep it. It's like all this shit they promised, they just backed on. Like, they backed on everything they said they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, and then we're literally having a PvE coming to Marvel Rivals at some point.
Yeah. Like an offline mode, yeah.
Yeah, like an actual PvE quest, like story stuff. Like, it's crazy. It's not even in this build yet. Like, it's
We've
later
already
in the
got
season.
the story stuff kind of with season 1 with all the Fantastic Four stuff. We got things dotted through the.
But like, there's like a PvE type mode apparently coming at some point. So it's gonna be.
I'm keen for Blade because Blade, hopefully season 1 sometime.
Who knows? There's a lot going on.
Because he's in the. They have art for him already. Like.
Well, I think the season goes for like 90 days.
3 months, yeah.
Yeah, which is good. More than enough time for me to grind it out.
Oh, easy. Easy.
So,
like 3 months is a long time.
Yeah.
That's what every pass is now standard. Really.
I know, it's a trap because I was talking about to Mules last night.
I ditched Rocket League for Rivals.
Yeah. I like explain like how I rotate now, because like I'm playing Fortnite and I'm playing COD and I'm playing Rivals now, and it's like I said, like I'm up to date with my Fortnite challenges and I've already completed basically the battle pass, but I'm at the point where I've done it. I don't have to focus as much on Fortnite now because I'm at that point of my challenges are up to date, so I can't grind any further. And that's like COD. Like, I've grinded through the battle pass. I don't have to play. The only thing I'm grinding on COD now, if I'm grinding for anything, is my prestiges. But like I've done that. Like, I don't have to touch COD till next month. Like, or whenever the battle pass ends, and whenever like I've done the battle pass. Like, I'm satisfied.
Like, I still got a while.
It's like now it's like the new season starts for Rivals, so I'm grinding that out. But once I've done like challenges daily or I get to a nice spot, I don't have to focus on it. I can go back to the other game. Like, you know what I mean? I can rotate between the games because it's just like you grind it out, you get it done. Like,
you're playing at your own rate now. Like, you play what you want
when I need to. And it's kind of good if you can get that like spurt done or you're up to date. That's like with Fortnite. Like, I jumped onto it and did the challenges off the bat this time. So they got me to the point that I was up to date constantly with it. That I could go when I want to on Fortnite. Like, I don't have to, like, where I've, like, leave it and then it's, like, a big rush to try and catch up on everything. Like, I'm staying up to date on it and just getting them all done out the way. And then I go, okay, done. I can wait a week, and when the next week comes, when the new challenge drop, then I can grind it again, done. And like, I just have to play, week by week, really. I don't have to do it, like, every day. Like, I have been playing every day, but that's because, like, I jump on late at night with Mules, or
Yeah,
and,
right.
play or whatever, and I that's just more for fun, like, but we do the challenges while we're doing it. But like, it's how you approach games. You can squeeze them in because, yeah, surprisingly, I've been playing, like I said, Fortnite, Marvel Rivals, and COD, and then in between that, I finished Miles Morales, and then I started Spider-Man 2 now. Like,
Yes.
I've been spreading in the rotation between the games, and so that's one of those things.
Spider-Man 2 so good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna play some games. So what's time now anyway? Is it game time? More games? Oh, Neil might be on too.
Almost.
I gotta check because Jensen's
Almost.
been all over the place lately. He hasn't been on properly. Fucking
No,
Jens.
he's back working again now.
Oh, he's so convoluted. I really don't know how that man operates. Because like, how does he fucking exist?
But he was online because he wasn't working. He was on holidays.
Yeah.
Now he's back working again Monday, I think. Or goes back on Monday. I don't know. It's something about Monday. He go back to work. It was last Monday or this Monday coming.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I think she's still on it. She's still on it. Michaela was saying that she'd be on the COD if we want to join.
But if we wrap it up, I do have a pickup.
Yes, I do.
First time in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
This is a cool one. It's a very mixed game. People love it and they hate it.
Yeah.
Like love or hate. But
say that.
Ninja Blade, my boy.
Ninja Blade. I need to duck out quickly for a quick piss. It's come on all of a sudden.
By FromSoft. I do like it in very good. Well, except for you can just see a crack in the case down the bottom. But it's only a hairline crack. It's not actual cracked. I'll replace the case when I can, when I get a new case. But funny thing is, this game came out just before Demon Souls. Two totally different games. This is a QuickTime event button masher, where Demon Souls is a Souls game. The very first Souls game. Technically not the very first. The very first was on PS1, kind of with Kingsfield. But which that was still FromSoft. There was 4 Kingsfield games, which is fucking interesting. They're first-person games too. First-person night games.
That was sorry about that. I had a really bad bust.
FromSoft.
Yeah, Ninja Blade. That's a good one. It's an interesting game, that one.
Very weird game. Like it's fucked, but good. So I'm gonna do some videos on this because why not? It's part of FromSoft's history. Like they have tried to hide it because they don't really want people playing it. But
yeah, I think that's a lot of thing
because people hate this damn game. A lot of people. So
very hard. I think it was like it's because of how it's.
Well, it's not difficult. It's more the QuickTime events fuck you over.
Yeah.
Because that was in the era of QuickTime events. 2008.
Something like that. Yeah, it's not a bad thing though.
No, just 2009, because this came out just before Demon Souls, like week before or something.
I think that's why they kind of want people to forget about it a bit because they focus more on
Souls.
The Souls
took off.
They want to know
where this didn't take off. This sold fuck all, like really. And the fact it was an Xbox exclusive, it didn't help it either.
Yeah, I think they're trying to distance themselves from Xbox a little bit.
No, but it's just a cool concept. What that is, like, it's. I don't know. You can't really genre this. Weird.
Yeah.
Kind of like Asura's Wrath. It's like in that vein. Like it's.
That's it. Yeah.
What the fuck am I playing? But it's cool.
I know. I still got to go back to mine at some point. That's right.
So I'm thinking about playing that after the potty. Just.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
That's just interesting seeing FromSoft history, like from the PS1 up to now. Like. Like they did a lot of first-person games back in the day. It's a
staple of history. That's what I mean. That's a little slight staple of history.
Like the Souls game started on the PS1, believe it or not. Like Kingsfield in the fucking late 90s.
That's it. It's just crazy history.
But then I did get on eBay. I've got like 300 Xbox PS3 just wishlisted. I'm like, I'll get them eventually.
slowly pick at them one by one. Like,
yeah. Oh no, they're in bundles too. I'm like, ooh. So there's bundles, and they got some of the games that I want. The other ones I'll just keep for cases, extra spare cases, extra inlets, stuff like.
Yeah.
Just mix and match other cases, like just put things to complete and stuff.
Yeah.
Then just other ones to the up shop.
Well, that's it.
I actually wonder what happened to my big box of games that I took to the up shop. Like if people actually got them, like I don't know if people took them or not, bought them.
Could still be sitting there.
I'll take these back, thanks.
They could still be sitting there. No one's bothered to pick them up. No one's been like, "Oh, that's amazing." Yeah.
That's fucking interesting. Do you have any pickups, Des?
No, not really. No.
Ah. No,
No,
like,
not a thing for me this week.
We've been a bit light on for pickups the last couple of episodes.
It's a new season. Like we had stuff like going through. We had Christmas. Like that's from the gap between Christmas and then like
that's what screwed
New
me
Year's.
up. Everything was December, like because of.
As I said,
Black
we're not going
Friday,
to expect
Boxing
to have
Day.
much like pickups in that sense. Like once we start getting back through it again, like I feel like our pickups will be more closest to like our birthdays, things like that. You know what I mean? Like when you start getting back in the role again, you go, "Oh, I want to treat myself for my birthday or something." So you pick up a bunch of things, and you know, I mean, we'll get that
early
kind
in
of
the year still. Birthdays,
yeah.
like...
We've just started up with new season, so it'll take a while to get back into pickups again. One of those things,
right? Good day.
But yeah, no, fucking.
But no, Ninja Blade. I got. Guess how much that cost?
15?
Because it's not fucking cheap.
Oh, a bit more. It wasn't
like
15.
the game goes for 100 to 200 on eBay, right? I got it for 30 something.
Oh, that's alright. That's pretty good.
I think the price come down though because like it's still in mint, like pretty much mint condition. Like it's still pretty good, but just that crack at the bottom there. Like I think that's why they put the price down.
Maybe.
Which you can easily just replace the case. I can feel it when I go to close it though. It doesn't.
It bends, flexes.
It's a bit smushy, but other than that, it's fucking fine.
Yeah,
like.
I said I'm actually gonna fucking play some games.
But play it. Everyone should play all the FromSoft games.
I know.
They may not be the smoothest, but they're still good. Like I remember Demon Souls on the PS3. That shit ran so rough.
Janky.
20 FPS maybe, like.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 30 or not. I remember like because I was in college when I played that because I bought it. I was like, oh, this game seems fun. Demon Souls.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fucking Souls game was because that was the first one.
Exactly. Like no one knew what we were expecting when they came out. Like
I got the first level, never made it quarter way past it ever.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that game's trash.
Yeah, I know. No one really got the concept at the time.
No one still has. I mean, they have now, but like they still didn't for a while. Like even with Dark Souls, they're like, what is Dark Souls? People trying to explain. It's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. It's like Dark Souls 2 comes around. What's this? Completely different. They added like you die and you lose. Like every time you die, you lose a portion of your health, like permanently.
Yeah.
It's like that was fucked.
Creepy
you can
permadeath.
like you got that much fucking health left, and like,
and
you can't heal it. It's then you got Dark Souls 3, and that game's just fucking hard. Dark Souls 4, aka Bloodborne. Well, Bloodborne. That's fucking hard. I can't get past the first part of that either.
Oh god.
That's hard because it's more of you got to be aggressive. Like you can't. There's no block. It's just parry with your gun. Like you, boom, bang, and then get some of your health back. Their mechanics are so good in these games. They're not for everyone, of course. Like, people beat them on dance pads. Go fucking figure.
Don't even.
Oh, someone beat one of the Soulsborne games with a they were blindfolded, and they're being told what to do.
I don't get it.
And they were doing it. Like someone was like, because they had the controller blindfolded, but the person next to them was like telling them like what action to do. Like, how the fuck do you fight a boss? Someone telling you what to do when by the time they've attacked, they've already said it, but you've got to respond on the fucking second.
I don't get it.
Like,
I don't get it.
How do you do this?
I don't get it.
I fucking commend them. Like, that's fucking rough.
I know the shit people do with gaming is just fucking phenomenal. People playing shit on things you shouldn't think you could be playing it on.
Especially a dance pad. How the fuck do you move and attack, block, roll, fucking move like with just your feet?
I know. I just. Oh, that's the ingenuity.
Definitely a lot of practice, of course.
Half
like,
that shit
you're not just gonna jump on there and do it instant.
No.
But like, that's fucking dedication.
Yep.
Like, I felt accomplished beating demon souls with a controller finally.
Mm.
Same as Elden Ring. They did Elden Ring with the fucking dance pad. That's a lot easier, but
I know.
like,
The shit that people have done like on shit is just fucking wild. On the banana or potato.
I digress. I'm just ADHD, right? I'm just gonna go with anything I fucking think of. That's why it's safer. I just don't think about anything. But
that's it.
How long are we going for? Like 2 hours?
Yeah, just over 2 hours by a couple of seconds.
Okay.
Might as well wrap it up, I guess.
On that one, Beardy's and Beardheads. Before I go into any more things, thank you for joining us. Episode 2, season 6.
Yep.
I'm gonna put that in there. Not episode 2. It's season 6, episode 2. But we appreciate you watching, listening. If you made it this far, just put it in the chat. Souls Born. If you love it, hate it, if you played it or not, like, what do you think of them? And as always, we'll see you next week. I've been Dale and Jim. Bye-bye.
Remember to let us know, who would you turn gay for?